Welcome to the Wicked Radio Network.
Geek Speak, the definitive 365 cut. These are the meaningless ramblings of a Scottish redone whore and a pissy ex-video store clerk. Their ongoing mission is to set right the movie wrongs. They're gonna need a bigger podcast.
Hello everybody and welcome to episode 42 of the 365 Flicks podcast.
Yay!
It's a bit of a good one, this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, in about 2 or 3 minutes after we do a little bit of a... we've got something new. We've got something new for the listeners, and hopefully some of our esteemed podcasting colleagues and friends on the Facebooks will get involved. I think they will, because it's quite a prestigious thing.
Oh, the belt's got a bit of prestige now.
Yeah. I mean, to be going on Snake Oil and getting asked about it, you know, like that means we're going somewhere. And again, I just want to say thanks again to the Real Big Dev. He had us on Snake Oil Comics last night.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was awesome. That was pretty cool. So yeah, in a moment we're going to be cutting into sort of an interview/chat with the guys from the Damp Night Productions. If you listen to episode 41, we told you that we went to see their improv comedy. It was awesome, and then we got 3 of the boys in the room to just to go through it, just to talk about it.
Yeah, just have a bit crack
Just have a
and
bit crack.
tell us about themselves, and it was a really good interview.
It was, and we went guerrilla. We went back to Studio 1. Because I do consider this Studio 2 now. So that we went back to Studio 1, which is Chris's house. And we were like, what did I keep saying it was? Well, it turned out being 5 guys, didn't it? We were 5 guys, 2 hosts and 1 cup.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm still going with that. Like,
okay.
That is going to be the name of the title of this episode.
I didn't see any cups.
Yeah, well, we were just doing it in our hands. But yeah, that was an awesome interview. Because we went guerrilla, the sound is not maybe your normal 365 quality, but it's still awesome. And you can hear everything, which, you know, when I listened back to it, I was able to wipe my brow and go, phew. Because we have had technical difficulties in the past.
These things happen.
But before we jump into that, like I say, that'll be in process. We just want to pimp the networks, and then we have got something special for you guys.
Ooh.
Yeah. So do you want to pimp the networks?
Sure.
Go for it.
So, as Kev said, we were on Snake Oil Comics last night, so let's start with awesome Wicked Radio Network.
Yay!
Great network.
I am going to have to play the Wicked Radio Network intro at the start now, aren't I?
You are.
Yeah, he's going to get a bit pissy if I don't.
I think you better had to.
Yeah, okay.
Given the abuse he got on the episode as well, bless him.
And when he comes on the episode, he is going to be giving us that secret.
I think
Yeah.
Okay, so Wicked Radio Network, we're on the Tangent Bound Network, we are on We Be Geeks, and we are on Geeky Antics Network Global.
Yep.
Are we allowed to say the British home anymore?
Well, I think we should do a whole wee minute of silence for those who don't know. We were hosted on a British website called nerdly.co.uk. It's an awesome website that I absolutely love. I emailed Phil last week, just kind of, I can't remember what I was doing. I went onto the website to have a look, and he'd put a post up saying this is the end. So as you can probably guess from the name of that post, Nerdly is coming down shortly. It's I don't know if it's going to stay up as is, but he's not going to be doing anything more with it. I mean, this has been a 7-year labour of love for this guy, and because of the powers that be, Google basically being massive, D-bags. He's lost his Google AdSense, and he can't really carry on without that. So Nerdly is, I think it's just gonna It is
stop. A fucking shame.
It is, because that was our British home. We can no longer say our British home. And if we do go elsewhere, which I have been having a wee look, but if we do go elsewhere, I'm not entirely sure I'll be using that catchphrase. I do feel that was exclusive to Nerdly.
That was our British home.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, a moment of silence for those boys. Anyway.
So those are the networks anyway. You can also find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter at 365FlixPod. You can drop us an email at rant@365flix.co.uk, and you can check out our cool website, which is 365flix.co.uk.
Yeah, and everything's on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everything, all of our episodes. We do the odd comic book review for our good friends over at Titan. Yeah, it's all there. Go and have a look. It's sparkly, it's brand new, and it's got some TIE Fighters on it. Is it TIE Fighters? No, it's the new ones.
They're still TIE Fighters, aren't they?
Are they still TIE Fighters?
Go and have a look and see what you think.
Yeah, go and have a look. So, before we jump into this interview, because this is now taking a wee while, we have an announcement that we want to make, and I want to thank Big Dev because the idea pretty much came from him. So, would you like to maybe explain what's going on here?
Well, it was your concept.
It was my concept. I did conceive of it.
So, for anybody who listens to the show, we are, we're big fans of WWE, and this weekend is Money in the Bank. So, Kev had an idea to himself. Were you on the shitter when this happened, or not?
I do my best thoughts and my best ideas on the shitter.
Everybody does.
But I wasn't, no.
All right, okay,
No.
that's fine. We are going to have a Money in the Bank event.
Yeah.
Or a Money in the 365 in the Bank event.
365
Yeah,
in the
we don't
bank.
want to get all sued and stuff.
No.
So basically, it's Money in the Bank this weekend with WWE, and we invite everybody who's listening to this show to drop us an email, drop us a tweet, or drop us a post on the Facebooks. Let us know what your predictions are for the card.
Yeah.
And the person who gets the most right is going to have a 365 in the bank opportunity. So
Yes.
sometime in the next year, you can cash in your 365 in the bank, and you can come on the show, and you can challenge for the 365 Flix title. Now, that involves, if you win the 365 Flix title, that involves giving the ex-champion a shit movie to watch.
Yep. So, obviously, I will probably still remain the champion for a long, long time to come. So, if you were to come on the show and challenge me for the title, because I am the current champion, and you win, you therefore have to give me a shit movie. So, I mean, self-explanatory.
So there you go.
Or a good movie. It doesn't matter. I can review good movies
It doesn't have
too.
to be shit movies.
No.
You know.
So-
I'm not watching Clue again. So if Hobie are going to get involved, and
I'm hoping Jason gets involved.
I
in
would
this.
imagine Jason
I'm
will,
hoping
yeah.
he does.
yeah. I think Jeff's probably still got sound in his shiny, but whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, for the record though, like I do think Clue sucks a bag of dicks. So
I thought I was quite kind to Clue.
you were kind to it. You actually really liked it, which but I wasn't a big
Apparently
fan.
they didn't pick up on that. Fuck them, they're American. So yeah, we'll go through the card in a wee second, but that's what we're doing. So 365 in the bank.
Yeah,
So 365 in the bank.
So to reiterate, when the episode goes out, I'm going to be posting up on Facebook as well, up on the Twitter. If you want to get involved, I know the guys at Another Damn Wrestling Show might fancy a crack at this. I'm hoping Brigid does. Maybe Randall will get involved. I'm assuming Kev Wright will get involved.
I would hope so, yeah.
Because he is our buddy, although I think he listens to our episodes like 2 weeks later. So hopefully he'll at least see the Facebook post. Gary might get involved.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm basically calling you all out here because if nobody gets involved, I'm going to rip this bell up.
Kind of thing is it all to shit, really, doesn't it?
Well,
But,
not really. We
know.
thought we'd give it a try, and it'll be awesome if you all get involved. So, you can Facebook book us. You can Facebook us to the actual page if you want, or you can personal message us on the Facebook. We will take your predictions on the Twitter. The same direct messages. You've got the email you can hit us up at, which is rant@365flixpodcast.co.uk. So do that. But this is the card as it stands. Are we doing the pre-show?
We're doing the pre-show.
So
Before you start reading out the card there,
right.
are you going to defend your title against me this weekend?
Well, what? Well,
Huh?
what?
Huh? Huh?
What I was thinking was that if we put the title, the 365 in the bank on, I don't need to.
Well, you do.
But really,
Yeah.
Really?
Are you going to be that champion that just refuses to defend his title?
Yeah.
That's some bullshit.
Okay, I'll tell you what, go for it. Aye, whatever. I mean, I don't like that belt anyway. It's about time you held it for a little while, so... Anyway, so it's okay, I'll put it on the line. So the card is as follows. On the pre-show, which we are going to involve, you have Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin in a singles match. So I suppose I'll let you go there. Who would you like to go first?
All right, okay. I am going to go Baron Corbin.
Okay, I'll go Dolph Ziggler.
Okay.
And I'll tell you for why. Mm-hmm. Because I'm pretty sure Baron Corbin won the last one. And they just seem to be swapping.
No, I like Baron Corbin, so I think he's going to win it.
Well, I'll go Ziggs. So the second match on the pre-show is the fight that I'm just clearly not even bothered about. They've been building this up and it's crap.
Who could possibly care?
It's Apollo Crews versus Sheamus. I'll go first on this one.
On you go.
I'm going to go Apollo Crews.
All right. I am actually going to go Apollo Crews as well.
Yeah. It's a given.
Well, he's the new boy and they're trying to, push him over
Yeah.
and all that shit. So I think that that one will be last.
Yeah, so from here it all seems to be a little bit out of order. So what we'll do is we'll just go with it anyway.
Yeah.
The championship match of the night, I'm assuming this is going to be the main event. Roman Reigns is taking on Seth Rollins. I'll let you go first on that one.
I'm going to take a risk here and I'm going to go Seth Rollins wins it.
I really want to go Seth Rollins, but I don't know. He's just come back.
I'm probably completely wrong.
They're still trying to push Reigns, and I really want Joe to get some points on this. So,
then if Rollins wins it, I get points.
I'd rather Joe got them.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Well, no, it's because I want to retain the belt as well. So both me and Reigns are going to be retaining that night. So there you go. We have we'll go for that one last. The new boy AJ Styles taking on the old guard of John Cena. Who are you going for?
I'm going Cena.
Cena?
Yeah.
I got Styles purely because he doesn't want to be buried.
Yeah, I just think Cena's just come back and I don't think he's losing that.
The other match of the night I'm not really too fussed about. Rusev with Lana is taking on Titus O'Neil for the WWE United States Championship.
It's another who could fucking care.
Who could care less, yeah.
I'm going Rusev.
I'm going Rusev as well.
He's on my draft on another damn wrestling show. So.
Plus, once Cena's done with AJ, he's going back to the US title. So
you're going Rusev as well?
Yeah, I'll go Rusev as well. The Divas match, which I thought it was going to be like a championship match, but it's not. It's a tag team match. It's Charlotte and Dana versus Natalya and Becky. I'm going first because I don't want you to steal my girl. I'm going Becky.
Are you going Natalya and Becky?
I really don't want Natalya anywhere near that fight.
Oh, I don't know why the fuck she's on the TV, but yeah, okay. I'm actually going to go that one as well because it's the same as what you said about the tag titles the other month. The title's not on the line, so
yeah, they can afford to let Charlotte lose that one.
So we'll just go Becky.
We'll just say Becky.
Natalya.
Fuck Natalya. We have the tag team matchup, which is a 4-way tag team match. You have got the New Day versus Gallows and Anderson versus Enzo and Cass versus the Vaude Villains. I'll let you go first. Yeah. I know who you're gonna say.
Yeah, I think the New Day will retain it.
Okay. Well, purely because you went New Day, and I really want to see Enzo and Cass with those belts. I just want to see Enzo with that belt. It ain't gonna happen, but I love the fucking bones of the guy. I'm not overly fussed with Big Cass, but I want Enzo with that belt.
Fair enough.
Imagine the smack talker Skywalker with a belt around
I would
him.
love that. I would love that.
It's just going to be...
But I don't think they're winning it yet.
Do you think you'll change it like, bada boom, tag team champs in the room? That'd be pretty cool.
That would be good.
I'd love that. So I'm going Enzo and Cass on that one. Personally, because it's a four-way tag match, I think it's the same thing as the last time we did this. It gives New Day a chance to retain via shenanigans or whatever.
I think they are retaining it.
Last time they made it that it wasn't even a title match, so I changed my choice to say they lost. So they're going to win this because it's a way to keep the belt on them and not cause too much hassle, really. I don't think the Vaudevillains are going to get anywhere near it. So the match of the night, the Money in the Bank, a.k.a. the 365 in the Bank. You have got Sami Zayn versus Cesaro versus Chris Jericho versus Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens versus some Mexican guy, Alberto Del Rio.
Aye, nice.
In a ladder match. This is obviously for the 365 contract, so you can have a shot at us anytime you want. Who are you choosing in this match?
I'm going to go Kevin Owens.
Oh man, I really want to see him with that. I want to see Kevin Owens with that, but to make it interesting,
You're going to go Alberto.
I'm not going to go Alberto. Why would I ever go Alberto? I'm going to go Chris Jericho.
Jericho?
Yeah.
Wow.
I really
All
like.
right, okay.
I think they've all been cutting fantastic promos and they've all been having amazing matchups. But I just sense a little something about Jericho maybe being on his way out, and just let's just give him it one last time. Obviously, he's not going to win the title anyway. You'll just get the shot at it, and then he'll fuck it up. Somebody will knock him out.
Possibly, yeah. That's an interesting choice.
Now, we both watched Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Extra bonus point here, right?
Oh.
You saw what Dean Ambrose said at the end of the Ambrose Asylum.
Mm-hmm.
If he wins Money in the Bank, do you think he cashes it in that night? Because that would be fucking awesome.
That would be awesome. Why not?
Why? Why? So are you going to put a yes beside that or a no beside that? Even though you think Kevin Owens is going to win?
I think Kevin Owens is going to win it. But, yeah, why the hell not?
I would love to see Ambrose win it and then do that. If he doesn't do that, I don't want him to win it. So I'm going to stick with Chris Jericho. I don't know. I've just got a tingle in my belly for Chris Jericho, and I think he's not going to win it, but I think he might.
He's not going to win it.
He is pretty much there to make up the numbers, but I'm going Jericho just to make it interesting. So that's the card. Everybody make your predictions, send them over to us. We will log them down. Obviously, you've got till Sunday night.
Sunday night, yeah. So just it'll be like 1 a.m. or something like that. It'll start on Monday morning. So just get involved and give us a shout with your predictions, and you could be coming on the show to challenge for the 365 title. If one of the Americans wins it, are we going to post the belt to them?
Obviously,
wow.
Same as if a Canadian won it, although it probably won't get across the border, but we'll still do it.
Getting in there.
I would quite like to see Nickel win it.
Do you think Nickel will post it back though?
Probably not. He'd probably just rip it up.
Probably, aye.
Probably just leave it on.
It's a risky one.
He'd leave it on the porch of his cabin, and then who knows what happens. You know. But let's all get involved with this. Let's all try this. I think everybody's gonna have a blast.
Yeah.
And if Brigger wins it, so help me fucking God, because we will never hear the end of that. We would never hear the end of that. So yeah.
What do you think Brigger's winning music would be?
I think it would probably be Stephanie's music.
You think?
Or a woman's music, basically. No, I think Brig I'd probably go with Shawn Michaels like you would.
Sexy boy.
Aye,
definitely.
Definitely. So yeah, that's that. We're about to cut into the chat that we had with the Damp Night lads. These guys are absolutely fantastic. Look for them on Facebook under Damp Night Productions, Twitter Damp Night Productions, on the YouTube Damp Night Productions. Get on there, look at their videos. These guys are phenomenal. So yeah, chat already in progress.
Let's go. So on this episode, we promised it was going to happen. On this episode, we're joined by Oli, Ross and Dimples from the Damp Night. How are you doing tonight, guys?
Not too bad.
Awesome. Good stuff.
So first of all, we've only got 3 of you. There is like 90 or 70 of you. So where's the rest of them? What's happening here?
Well, Neil works down in Newcastle, so he works in the theatre, so he's not here. Mark is ill.
Yes.
And then we thought we'd thin the numbers down, so didn't bring Andy, didn't bring Paul who does the music for us. Is that everyone? Yeah,
kind of.
Slink does our video editing as well, so he's busy uploading a torrent of videos.
Yeah.
No, I just thought I'd put you right on the spot and just throw it out there. You know? Just thought I'd start as a bit of an idiot, and here we go.
I have to say, first up, actually, the baby montage on the second half was amazing.
It was.
The bit with the wind the baby, I was sat almost pissing myself laughing. That was fantastic. So who did you guys write that then, or was it?
We kind of think of ideas to do. As we dog know.
Yeah, so just
if that was picked up, it was the dog snoring. That wasn't Ross.
It wasn't me, no. It happens sometimes, but not today. No, we try and get as many ideas as we can to film videos for the live shows to split them up. One of the ideas was the baby one. We thought it'd be great from a baby's point of view. It was Dimples' idea from a baby's point of view. But but we needed to work out how to do it where it would go, like a payoff at the end.
Yeah. So, the idea kind of came about like bad babysitters that maybe they go out on a night on the town with a baby and end up in court or something like that, and then we kind of realised can't afford to hire a courtroom, we can't afford to go out for a night out with all 7 of us, so how to scale it back. But it was fun. The baby, actually making the baby itself was
horrific.
we went to a shop I went to a shop and bought a toy dolly, and I ended up just ripping the arms off. And then stuck knives up the sleeves to kind of make this so that we could move the arms.
Yeah.
And then just put the camera where the head would be, and that's how we got from the baby's perspective. We tore the arms off a toy dolly, and then.
And there was a couple of like POV shots like at the end, sort of where you could just see the hands, and it was like I was sitting there thinking, that's pretty well done.
There is that one scene though in the background where the corpse of the baby, the doll, is sitting with scissors in its chest.
Yes,
we didn't realise until we saw the final cut. It was like, the baby's,
oh, there it is.
The baby's in the back, some scissors and put to its chest.
I did say to you in the bar afterwards, I thought that was intentional. I thought you'd gone all Hitchcock.
When the video came, like, what's wrong with that scene? Oh, yeah.
So from now on, it's intentional.
Yes.
I didn't actually see that.
Yeah. Well, it should be going up on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
I think it's up now.
Is it?
Right, it's on the channel now, so when I go home I'll make it live.
Ah, cool.
So
well, as soon as it goes live, obviously I said on the night, as soon as it goes live I'll share it about as well, and I think everybody needs to have a watch of these videos because it was brilliant. We were slightly a little bit sort of dubious of it.
Yeah. We'd
heard about it, and obviously Jackie had recommended you and all that, but we were like, obviously sometimes those things are better when you've had a drink.
Yeah.
So it's like, will we go and get a drink first? I was like, you know what, we haven't got time.
Still managed it though.
We managed to get one in, and I think we took one in with us as well. So it was, but it would have been great without it anyway. It was a really good night. It was proper good. And I was only expecting like an hour.
I think we could drag it out even more because we put 21 games.
We put 21, 22 games. On the board for people to choose from, and we had 2 games at the start and the end set, so it's 23 games. And even if we do 5-10 minutes each, we could probably do 3 or 4 hours if we wanted to.
Yeah, they just like fly by as well when we're doing it. It's like, oh, it's the interval already. What?
Yeah, we sit down and we go, okay, time to do some games. And Ross on the night went, okay, that's the interval. It's like, oh, it's been an hour already.
Yeah.
Jesus, like,
the thing is, I'd love to just keep going and do all the games.
Yes, we need to
work out if the audience want to watch all of it.
Yeah, we need to edit ourselves, otherwise, because we could be there.
I think
we could happily be there for 4 hours.
The audience you had there was staying. It was, there was,
definitely.
Everybody was laughing. Everybody was having a good night. If you carried on any longer, I would have been fine. Just go for it next time. Just do it.
There we go.
If you're there for 10 hours, so be it.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. If you could manage it, because it's very physical. Some of the games you were playing.
Yeah.
And there was a few times I was kind of, you know what, I'd be knackered by now.
Yeah, the one you did, Ollie, the one with the dead bodies.
But
I would have been fucked after doing that, man. Oh my god.
The first time it was Mark doing it, he's alright.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons we thought it'd be fun.
It's funny.
Get Oliver to do it because he can't.
The weakest one can't move anyone.
So, did you know on the night that you were going to be the one doing that game, or did that just get thrown to you on the night?
We usually let the host choose, so I chose earlier that week. Just so we can say, right, let's practice this person, do this game more, so they can get used to it. But when we first start rehearsing, a few weeks before it,
we did 2 weeks beforehand.
Yeah, everyone just plays all the games, like do a round robin, everyone gets a turn, and then on the night I was like, right, I'll have this person, just trying to get everyone does an equal amount of games, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So when you're on the week, but
it was fun to do.
Add to the hierarchy that Oliver couldn't move Neil.
Yeah, at all. Luckily he fell over himself.
I was sitting there and, if that was me on the chair, because you got another lad up from the audience, was that game? That was
Yeah.
And I was thinking, you know what, if they pick me, I'm going to be a brick here. You're not moving me.
And that's the thing that next time we do pick the hardest person we can find.
Yeah.
No. But so let's just, it's improv. Yeah. It's all improv. But how did you actually get started in the whole thing?
Going right far back, it would all go down to the youth theatre at the Mottons with Wendy, Oliver's mum.
Yeah.
And we've all done shows with the youth theatre for years and years and years, and just you do a lot of improv in the show, in the in the youth theatre, just lots of games you play. One of the main ones that fuels our insanity is called Park Bench. All you've got is 2 chairs, 2 people on the bench, and people watching give them a place to be. And they start acting it out. And if you see something that reminds you of something else, so if someone stood up and kind of did a similar pose to Superman, you could shout freeze, go in and take over and be Superman. And then the person would have to go along with it. And then similarly the game would just continue, people would go in with different ideas. And from that we've created a lot of insane characters. And it's really good for getting used to improv.
Yeah.
There's one that I'd really like to do a sketch is Tiffany.
Tiffany. That's me and Oliver. I don't know how it started, but it's become like a recurring characters in Park Bench, where we just start a scene, and whenever we kind of run out of ideas, I tend to just imagine a pet weasel called Tiffany, and I'm just screaming at this weasel to try and help me, and Oliver turns into my psychiatric helper, and he administers me some medicine, and then we just dissolve into something, like we just keep going until one of us comes with an idea, and then we just do that scene and keep going. There's no way to describe how it descends into chaos.
And that's the thing though, with Park Bench, it turns into a show, and other people in the youth theatre group kind of go, oh, I don't want to freeze this, I'm just going to sit and watch. So you just have to continue with what insanity is happening.
One of the things I was saying to Chris that I was going to ask you earlier is you've just mentioned sort of like the sketch based and all that. Why did you go for more improv than doing the sketch sort of shows and stuff?
For one reason, I would think was maybe because there's not so many improv groups in the area. Yeah. And 2, for me personally, just because I'm lazy, it means you don't have to write sketches. You don't have to. Yeah. You don't have to. If you write a sketch, you're set to that. And if it's not funny in the night, if the audience don't find it funny, that's what you do. With improv, if something's not funny, you can just change it.
Straight away.
Drop of that, you can change it, and if you're getting instant feedback. So if it is funny, you carry on down that vein. If it's not funny, try something new, and just keep trying until you find something that hits.
I mean, me personally, I prefer watching improv anyway. But it was just sort of like you've got sort of the theatre background kind of thing. So why not do the sketch instead of improv? But improv's much better.
It is. I think we'd tried to do sketch stuff before. We've got together so many times, say like, right, let's do a sketch comedy about a restaurant or whatever, and it's just we've sat and not done anything about it. And I went, oh, I've got a great idea, but nothing happened. And then we kind of, because we do the Here Come the Girls show, which is another amazing show at the Maltings. Come see it.
Plug anything. It means we don't have to.
Yeah, it's us with girls and boys. The girls sing amazing songs and we mess around in the background, which sounds like a really terrible idea, but it works. It's great.
That's become really, really popular, that show, isn't it?
Amazing. And that's like, the feedback we get is insane. Like, people come to the show and the girls start it off, and then we walk out and the audience goes mental. And we just don't understand why. It's like the last show, luckily you walked on and we're facing the back now, just like a shocked face.
Screaming at the audience.
As soon as the boys walk on, the girls go mental.
The girls are so talented, but the audience I think come to listen to the girls, but to watch the boys, because we're just so idiotic on stage.
And we love it. We get like a hit song each.
Yeah, we get
each show. We did the Uptown Funk
that was a big one.
One of the highlights everyone crazy at, and then we did Book of Mormon.
We did a couple songs of Book of Mormon,
big tap solo in, turn it off. Just got to work out how to top that. But yeah, so it was during Here Come the Girls where we kind of thought we could do our own. Because Mark was in New Zealand and he did a lot of improv and comedy and stuff along there. Did like live dinner parties, so we'd be showing and things.
Oh, like the one like the mystery, like sort of guessing who's the killer sort of thing. Like those sort of nights.
Murder mystery evenings. And then when he came back, he had lots of ideas of stuff he'd done. So we thought, why don't we get together and do a group and start doing it? So we kind of had a few, not rehearsals. We just kind of got together and played games.
Played improv games. Sort of got us used to all doing it together and gelling together.
Also, we had a bit of background, us three, because we'd done the comedy club.
Yeah.
We'd done a couple of improv nights at the comedy club in Berwick, which is now ended. But
what was that like?
It was really good. That was a Laughing Bear comedy, and it was run by
Will Richards.
It was on that Berwick?
Yeah, it was in the studio at the Maltings. Will Richards? who has a who's a stand-up character. So Reginald Tweedy Duffer.
Yes,
that's his stage name. But he was running the comedy nights, and I'd done a couple of stand-up sets just on my own. And then he invited me back, and I had nothing written, and I was like, would it be okay to bring a couple of other guys and do some improv? And Oli and Ross came along, and we're backstage before the show. We were sitting with other comedians, and they were all going over their sets and what jokes they were going to tell, and they asked us what we were going to do. We said improv, and they said, but you've got a plan, haven't you?
No, we've got a hat.
We've got a hat with some
ideas down in a hat.
And I'm just going to go out there and see what happens. And luckily, the compere that night, don't know his name, but he helped us. He was going through the hats and picking out genres and ideas, like scenarios, that work well together. And we did maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, just this one game, and it went really well.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure that, like, everyone said that they thought that we were the best thing about it as well.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
we got the largest reaction to it, the biggest cheer, which was cool.
Well, that's got to
being
be
in the room. Being there, we had the loudest laughs, I would think.
Yeah.
You must find though before you go out on stage, before you actually, everybody sat down and waiting for you to come out. You must find. Are you not stood there going, oh shit.
It's like, what are we doing? We don't know what we're going to do right now.
I don't think that feeling ends until we leave the stage. Because what was going like, oh shit, what's the next game? What am I going to do? Is it going to be funny?
Yeah.
Cutting the video as well. Are they going to laugh at the videos? Because our last show we did at Halloween, because it was split across 2 nights, the audience was split, so it wasn't as full as it was then. The second night, there was no response, but after talking to the audience, they loved it more than the first night, but they were like, maybe they were too amazed to laugh.
I don't know, there
was no feedback,
yeah,
so the first video played, and there was nothing. I'm like, oh crap, they fucking hate it. And Dimples comes out, like, we had him in a coffin. Yeah,
because it was Halloween thing. On the first night we tried something, and the audience were great. They liked what we did. And after the night we were like,
stick Dimples in the coffin.
There's a coffin. We're using coffin as part of the set. Like, can I? Because I was hoping that can I actually fit in there? So for half an hour before the show actually began, like when the doors opened, I was just in this coffin. I was too big for. I was in that coffin, and then
video plays.
Okay, people don't laugh. Okay, I've been in this coffin for half an hour. I'm gonna get some reaction just appearing from this.
Nothing.
You bastards!
Oh shit!
The first act kind of went by. There's maybe a couple of sniggers, but no real big approval. And we left the stage going, they hate us. Like, what can we do? Because a big part of improv, like if we're doing a sketch, like you say your lines, and if there's no laugh, you carry on with your lines. But with improv, if you do a joke and no one laughs, you go, okay, I'll think of something new.
Something else.
Nothing. And if they don't laugh at that, it's like, think of something new. If they don't laugh at that, like, and it did that for the first hour. And then we came out, and they got a little bit better in the second act, but they were still deathly quiet.
But like, as I say, afterwards they
loved it. But it was it's terrifying
like,
doing an improv show
really good, really
silence crowd.
There's some people's hard to please, isn't
it?
But you can watch something and not really laugh at it, but you did enjoy it. Which is no good for you guys because you can feed off.
Well, that's what you do.
Yeah. But that was our best night for Damp Tales.
Damp Tales.
Basically, choosing games for the shows, we've scoured the internet for lists of stuff from Whose Lines Anyway and things, but we're trying to make our own original games. And one that we came up with we've called Damp Tales, which was, I think it was Mark's idea. And it's like it's a guy narrating his own novel. So we'd take suggestions from the audience, like an adjective, a noun, and a person, and build a story around that. So he would narrate it, and as he spoke it, we would act out behind him. And the first night was good, but the camera didn't record it.
Yeah. The first night was good, but the camera did record it.
Yeah.
The second night was better.
It was amazing. It was Sean Connery,
David Cameron,
and the Sexy Abattoir. And it ended up in this sexy abattoir with Roger the Sexy Pig, and it was all.
And there was a weird story which ended in David Cameron rogering Roger the Sexy Pig, whilst other members of the cast just slaughtered animals. So we all ended up just dead in the sexy abattoir.
Which is now a true story. So
it is. I think that's one of my favourite games because it's completely improvised. Your brain works out on the spot, like with other games like New Choice, where people act out a scene, the whole shouts New Choice, they change their minds. So if Dimple said hello, welcome to the greengrocers, would you like a ham? Someone shouts New Choice, he has to change it to would you like a hamster or whatever. Whereas with Damp Tales, your brain thinks, ooh, how can I mess up this?
Yeah. Basically, the person telling the story is trying to tell the story from the point where they start it to the point where they combine the noun and adjective and the person in one happy little bundle ending. But as like background performers, we should try and help that story along. But there's a lot more fun in just trying to ruin that story.
See, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, you were coming out and you were getting games, and we were like, people were throwing out like suggestions and stuff. But I was sitting there thinking, how much are each of them trying to mess each other up? And there was a few times you kind of got it. I was like, oh yeah, I am sitting there going, he's done that on purpose. But I mean, is that part of it? Do you just like tripping each other up, or
sometimes, especially in Damp Tales?
Yeah,
because I imagine that would be part of the fun.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, it is. And the thing is, you have to deal with it. You can't just go, the fuck you doing?
Yeah,
you just
just walk over and smack him in the face.
Which you could do. I think with Damp Tales, basically, when Mark gets annoyed, he goes, and then they killed themselves. And you just have to do it.
Yeah,
you do it.
I think from what I can remember, because I basically only remember my own games from Total Recall, but Film Noir, and we did that. That was basically me and Mark just trying to trip each other.
Is that when you were being?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of. When you were basically
that
trying to
was
get each other
very
to kiss
good.
each other. I'm sitting there thinking, okay.
Yeah. So Film Noir is basically it's your inner monologue.
Yeah.
Two people. We try and have them searching for an object or something, and they've got a point to get to. But whenever they have a thought, they come forward to the audience and they vocalise it in film noir style, as in detective. If people don't know what film noir is, some people don't know what we're on about.
I think on the night that was probably I had two favourite sketches and games. And Film Noir was on that. Like, I love that whole, like, you're acting something out and then you step forward.
Yeah.
And I think that's even more so feeding off the people.
Yeah.
Because you're just getting that little bit of that moment with them.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the 2 years was literally just trying to get each other to hump each other.
Mark getting naked.
Mark
oh my god,
instantly.
please stop.
Instantly got naked.
I don't think he was going to do it, to be honest, but he was up for it, like.
It's usually Dimples.
It's usually me.
Yeah.
It usually starts with the trousers.
Yeah, I usually go full, just trousers off. But Mark stopped and I was like, okay, let's try and get that in the story. And afterwards he was like, thank you for not making me get my trousers off.
That's great.
The other one I liked was The Translator. One that you Mark did.
Yeah.
That's one
that was really, really funny.
It's an original.
It's a dampened original.
El Presidente.
That was the seal of originalness. Because we had the idea of it, but we didn't know how to do it.
It's the dog again. It's
really?
not me this time.
That's what I like about Going Gorilla. I love the background noise. Feels like we're in a live audience. People snoozing.
Yeah, so El Presidente original, we thought, how can we do this? How can we actually make a game of it to include the audience? Because when we first did it, we're like, right, you're an interpreter interpreting what this person says. We're like, we'll need a payoff. So getting the audience so we add an extra line of dialogue so people listening. El Presidente is basically, we have an interpreter, a person speaking in a dialect, and they're basically giving a speech for the interpreter to interpret. And we ask the audience for a line of dialogue basically, and that is why I finish it off. So the speech is about this, but the interpreter is out of the room and doesn't know this, so he
tells his own story.
Yeah, and then his actions.
Yeah, so the interpreter, the guy speaking the dialects doing all these crazy actions, and the interpreter is trying to gauge what the story is purely from the actions, and then he goes along saying, yes, I made my breakfast, I had eggs, I had grapefruit, whatever, and then at the end, when the foreign dignitary, the dialect speaker is finished or thinks that the comedy's coming to an end, he goes, and that is why, and if the translator's been talking about breakfast, the last line could be like, and that is why I married my first wife, or something like that.
It started off as...
How was that for yourself? Because obviously you were doing the dialogue.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was very, it was funny to be like, well, try not to be racist, I guess.
Yeah, that's the one thing about it.
I think you might have skirted about it.
That's the thing though, with people saying, that's racist, like, well, we're doing an accent, we're not making fun of it.
I don't know how to speak. What was it? It was...
Korean, wasn't it?
The audience chose that, so it's not like we all know how to speak every language.
We didn't do it.
Yeah, I just sort of did cat noise, like, yeah,
that's the racist part.
Yeah. That's just all I hear. That's what I hear.
That's the thing, though. If people get too worked up about that stuff, it's
Yeah.
just a funny noise.
Yeah.
But like if I spoke in French, I'm not being racist. I'm speaking in
Yeah.
a French accent. If you
I
speak
think
in
as well,
an accent that sounds like it,
I think that's why you kind of throw it out to your audience as well, because you can. I mean, there was a few suggestions getting thrown at you, and it was like, oh, they're not going to do that, are they?
no.
And but like, how that was one of the things I was wondering, like, how do you choose where the line is, sort of thing?
You've got to gauge it really. I think what we didn't do this show. The last shows we do scenes from a hat, which you see on like
Mock
Mock the Week, like the world's
Right.
worst step. So we say, start the show, please people write down suggestions for the world's worst taxi driver or things you can say to your bike you can't say to your wife, stuff like that. And we'll basically go, right, how far can we take this? And you'll try it in that. So you say one line of dialogue. So in practice there was one.
We should never let practices out of the practice room.
What was it? What was it?
That's where we.
It was a
that's
knock
where
knock
we
joke.
just-
It was a knock knock joke, and it was Hitler doing a knock knock joke.
The world's worst knock knock jokes.
Yes, well done. And there was Hitler.
That's
Knock
like-
knock. Who's there?
Not.
Not Anne Frank. And stuff like that. If you say that on the night, you can kind of gauge if they kind of go oh but laugh. You can be a bit more risque.
That
Or if-
probably wouldn't have worked with the silent audience.
No.
Oh God,
I
no.
think you
They
would
would've
have got
cried.
you would have got at least 2 belly laughs
Yeah.
on that
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah.
But me and them.
Yeah. But what you can do is you say more risque jokes and you see how the audience reacts. You can think, right, when we do this game, it can be a bit more evil, it can be a bit more sinister.
That must be hard though.
It is really hard. Like, because then on the night, you don't know what's coming at the hat, so you're thinking, right, what risque joke can I do
Yeah.
to try and gauge, right, do they like potty humour, do they like fart jokes? I mean, everyone likes fart jokes, but you've just got to try and work out what the
You've got
audience...
that split second, like so. Say when the host pulls out the piece of paper and says that line, "World's worst taxi driver." You've got a split second to go. Right, I've thought of a punchline. Is it too bad? Like, step forward, say it, and if it just falls on his ass, then you've just got to be like,
Yeah.
okay.
I'll just get my go.
Yeah.
I think that's where I would completely fail because I would have no filter. Like I would just think of something and say it. I mean, we do on this all the time. And then when I'm editing, I literally sit there and go, "Oh my god, I can't put that out there." You know, I've got no filter at all.
Yeah.
There was on one episode there was a discussion about the Holocaust, wasn't there?
Yeah. We kind of got into it, and I think that didn't make the episode.
That wasn't a sober episode.
Because I mean, you guys are doing it live, so you get like an instant reaction.
Yeah.
I literally sit there, and when I'm listening, I'm like, oh, nah. And sometimes the wife will be sat there, and I'm like, yeah, just have a little listen to it. So I'll play it, and she'll just sit there and go, so there's a line. I just wondered how you kind of gauged how you get to that line, so I just wanted to ask the question.
We kind of also when we do practice, we tend to, when it's just like the 7 of us, we tend to push it a lot further,
Yeah.
just to get it out of our system.
Yeah.
Because if we make those kind of jokes, like when there's people watching, it's probably way over the line. But when it's just the 7 of us and we know we're just doing it to get out of our system, just to be for that shock factor.
Nobody's going to fall.
Nobody's
each
going
other.
to.
Not much.
So when you're around the table, the 7 of you are around the table, and you're coming up with new ideas for new games and all that kind of thing. You mentioned the interpreter one as a new concept. So how do you go about coming up with new concepts? Do you just sit and go, that would be funny, or
It's stuff.
how do you go about doing that?
Like,
Yeah,
just stuff you can see. Like the Shatner game, I can't remember where we got it from. I'm sure I saw it somewhere. Someone did a status where it'd be a fun game to do, like in an office. If people were in an office, if someone shouted Shatner, everyone just had to overreact.
Mhm.
I think that was a status I saw somewhere. I thought that would make a brilliant improv game. Find the world's most boring job, and then if you shout Shatner, you have to overact.
Yeah.
But that's where that came from. But a lot of them just...
I know El Presidente was it's kind of a bastardization of the game from Whose Line Is It Anyway, where there's the two people acting out of scene in a foreign language, and then there's 2 others like interpreting, but like sort of having it, like acting out of scene, having a conversation. And we kind of thought, rather than
like a movie dub.
Yeah, like a movie dub. So rather than using that format, how can we change it to our own?
Yeah.
And then we kind of thought of that idea, and then it's like I don't know how we did it once. And it was like it's not funny because there's no
We
payoff.
didn't have the payoff.
There was no payoff, and then we just had to kind of work it a couple of times and try it a couple of different ways before we realised that's the payoff. That's how we do it.
Because the first time we did it, then the guy interpreting knew everything.
Yeah.
He was in the room when we chose where the person was from and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was one where the interpreter, it was all down to him. Like everything, the guy speaking and the foreign language didn't know didn't have an ending line. So it was just the interpreter was just speaking. I was like, well, there's no point in having.
Yeah, because then
there's
the
no point in having
interpreter came on
the
and
foreign
said,
language. You could just be giving a speech.
yeah, so the interpreter would go, this is David Simpson from Sri Lanka, and they'd have to suddenly adopt a Sri Lankan accent, mime something out, and the interpreter would interpret, and there was no point having the foreign dignitary there.
In that situation, I'd just be probably being a bit racist with my Sri
Yeah.
Lankan accent.
So do you have somebody there that's sort of standing back and saying, no, that needs to be changed, that's not quite working, or do you all
We kind of do it as a group.
Yeah,
really.
just
There's
all
no
of us,
main
so-
adjudicator.
No. Like if like in the games, if we're practicing them, I think if it's a new game, the person who kind of came up with the idea kind of tries to direct it, and then
Yeah.
people can chuck in ideas and try and find its way. But if we tend to only really practice when we've got a show,
Yeah.
and then if we've got a show, we usually have a host. So it's the host that kind of
Yeah.
runs the show, from the moment they're voted into the actual night. So
How do you choose the host?
we do
We
Facebook
do
votes.
Facebook vote.
Facebook votes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Because it's like, how do you choose who sits out, you know?
yeah.
It's like 7 guys, how does one...
Mm.
And
We
how do you
tried to
feel
do
if you
it
have to?
so the first vote got Mark, luckily, because we thought we asked him because he's had a lot more experience in it. So each time someone's been a host, they drop out the list of who can get voted for. So it just leaves you, Andy, and
Andy.
Neil,
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be Neil as the host this time, but then
and then someone
Ross had a
Ah,
fall.
I saw that on
someone
Facebook,
broke his
Yeah.
arm.
So yeah, changed to Ross, which is the best idea, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did you feel having to... I mean, you took part in a couple of games, but how did you
Yeah.
feel having to sit out?
It was alright actually. I mean, I'd prefer to be playing a lot of the games, but it was probably the best because you kind of forget what you're doing. Like with dead bodies and stuff, you will just go limp, and with a broken arm, you don't want to be falling on your arm.
No, not at all.
But it's good being the host. Actually, I enjoyed it a lot. Actually,
Sorry, go.
no, carry
I was
on.
going to say, I enjoy being the host, but I much prefer
Yeah,
playing the games.
It's two completely different... I'm not going to say things. It's not two completely different skill sets, but
Mhm.
it's two completely different things. You know, you're
Yeah.
having fun making things up, and the other one you're sort of like trying to... But for you kind of had to engage with us.
yeah. It's trying to encourage them. Like from the last few shows, we know that people just get shit scared. Like you just, I want to be an audience. Don't talk to me, dog. Yeah. So you say give a suggestion, and someone shouts one word, and you're like, anyone else?
Yeah.
But that's another way to actually gauge what the audience is like. Shouting for suggestions, what they shout back at you, and it kind of gauges the mentality of some of them.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
there was a mentality like...
Oh,
Oh, the last game, yeah. I did actually shout at Jimmy Savile on that.
the thing is, as soon as one get mentioned, they all shouted. But it was
Of
when
course.
when I said, "Can someone give me a suggestion of something that's wrong with Oliver?" And people are like, "Oh, he's sexually frustrated. He's got constipation." And one moment he's got Brexit. I'm like,
What
that's
does that
not
even mean?
physical trait.
I did literally actually have to ask Chris. I was like, "What does Brexit mean again?"
So I was like, "Is it a
How do you
disease?"
do that?
No.
I had during Elk Street. I had just one woman. I think it was the first night, so it was luckily the decent audience. It was just one woman just kept shouting, like not even when I was asking for things, just shouting words.
Cabbage.
And then when I did ask for things, she would just say stuff that like, "Can I get an adjective?" Like table, like no, an adjective, a describing word. Couch, like it's not. It's like people like that are welcomed.
Yeah, we like it.
If
It
they're
adds
moderately sane.
It adds
Yeah.
a bit of something different, and it gives us something to work on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, with a host, you've really got to engage and try and get them to relax. Say, look, you're here to enjoy it. We're not going to pick on you. We want suggestions. We will ask people to come up for some games,
Yeah.
but
But
you don't
we're
want
not
to
going
do
to
it.
drag you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't
We're not
volunteer
going
if
to
you don't
force
want to.
anyone. So
That's always the thing with live events, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, we've been at a few comedy gigs. You know, I've been to see Ricky Gervais and Jimmy Carr, Russell Brand, you know, a few others, but it's always I'm not sitting in the front row.
yeah,
I'm not doing that.
We were kind of sat on the side, and even a couple of times when you started coming up the stairs, I was just kind of like, Sort of
Stare at the ceiling. That's a fascinating ceiling.
just looking away, trying to make myself look really uninterested.
That's the thing. As soon as the audience feels uncomfortable in an improv gig, you kind of kill the buzz.
Yeah.
You like, fair enough. If at a stand-up gig, if it's just the front row that's terrified, you've got 600 other people in the audience who can laugh and then make everyone else feel comfortable. But as soon as it's a small venue, if you're scaring the first 3 rows, you're scaring a third of the audience, and the feeling's just going to carry back.
Maybe that was it. Maybe the coffin was too much for them.
I was only speaking because when I was on holiday not that long ago, and I got pulled up on stage. It was one of these like hotel things, and they were doing like these Chinese gymnastics things. And this Chinese guy came out and he stood in front of us, and I was like, oh man, I'm looking away and everything. He ended up getting us up, and he got like a blowpipe.
All right.
And put a little thing in, put a balloon between my legs, and I'm just stood there like, oh, you know, just like so. When I'm in a situation like that, I do literally just go, no, you don't see me.
Yeah.
It's terrible when Chinese people put balloons between your legs and get you up, isn't it?
It is. But he was quite scary. He was trying to get us to do backflips and everything. I'm screaming, no. But you have you're obviously hitting quite a market in Berwick. I know, like you kind of just local and now you're getting yourself about a bit, but you've got quite a good age range.
Yeah.
From what I could tell when we went, and you had some like, young lads and some young lassies.
Well, we stick it.
You had the older group as well. Then.
Yeah. We stick it to 16 plus just because if you want to swear, because it adds to the comedy of it.
But you didn't very much though.
We don't. Actually.
We didn't the first two. We kind of held ourselves back, and then this time we kind of went, we can say fuck if we want.
Yeah.
But
the thing with that as well is like I think Mark, I can only remember him swearing once. Maybe it was more. But
well, no, he was the first one.
He was the first one.
He kind of, I think he shouted "bastard" or something like that. But it was so well timed and so well placed that you kind of like anybody would let you away with that.
Yeah.
Because it was pure comedy.
I think the thing is you've got to work out: is it in an offensive context? If it is funny, I think it's alright to go with it. But we have to, for safety reasons, we don't ever put a 16 rating on just because we will swear. We can't guarantee what people in the audience are going to shout out. We can't guarantee what we're going to do on the stage. But yeah, there's a lot of people there. A lot of people I've not seen before as well. So a little following that we know, but then a lot of people would come from further afield.
Some from Leicester, wasn't it?
It was just sort of the first thing I noticed when we walked in, because I think we were like the last ones to walk in, weren't we?
Yeah.
And we were kind of like, as we were coming up the stairs, I'm looking up at the top and you had all the young crowd and that, and I'm like, aye, typically that's what you're going to see. And then just in front of us, there was like older people, and I'm kind of like, oh, I was like, all right. Yeah. And that's when I kind of thought, I'm in for something here, because if you're hitting all age ranges, which you clearly are, so you know.
It's good. I mean, the thing is, it's not selling out instantly, but on night we'll get a sellout show, which is always good. But we're definitely going to start looking further afield, like hopefully see what we can find stuff further down Newcastle, because Neil works down there.
Next kind of
yeah, I mean, definitely we'd like to get the Fringe, obviously, but get the money towards that. There's no point looking at any gigs up at Edinburgh at the minute because the Fringe poster just come out.
Yeah.
But I think we're definitely at the minute we're going to look to get gigs down in Newcastle, further south, maybe Alnwick.
Anybody that wants to book us, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Alnwick's got like a pretty big playhouse, haven't
yeah.
You should go there.
Well, we've had connections with them before, because they do the Bridge in the Gap. There's a theatre that does, they either do a show down there and bring it up here, or they work up here and do shows here. But there's a bridge between us, so we could obviously try and get stuff down there, which would be nice.
Stockton Mark as well.
Yeah, Stockton. Just trying to find places. I mean, stuff like that. You've got to get a lot of funding for it, just because obviously you've got the travel and stuff like that.
Can you not just claim it on the Maltings and just say a part of it?
Well, that's one thing we discussed, actually, possibly working with the Maltings to become a Maltings company, and then they would help us make connections with other venues. But we have to discuss that properly.
Yeah, we've not even discussed that within ourselves.
No. Me and Dimples have basically went, oh, we do this.
And it's ideas, and then just don't talk about them ever again.
Yeah.
You try yourselves a Kickstarter campaign for it.
Yeah, possibly.
True.
You know, your audience is increasing all the time. You could give that a go.
Yeah.
What's that? GoFund or something you were on about the other time?
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe. Is it? No, it must be Mark was going to.
Mark was on about like a crowdfund or something.
Crowdfunding. So basically, we could do a funding thing, but if people pledge a certain money, we could do something for them.
Mm-hmm.
But it just finding the thing to give.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if someone gives a $5, we'll give you a song, and then like says 10 million songs.
Yeah. Yeah, because we were looking at I mean, every single podcast in the mother right now has got like Patreon pages, so it's kind of like, yeah, that'd be cool, getting people like sort of giving you a certain amount of money each month to help keep you going. But what do you give them? I was like, you can't just give them 2 episodes a month, you know. Otherwise, what they're getting out of it, you know. And I mean, we're doing it all for free, and it's just kind of like, so Patreon, you kind of need to know what you're going to be giving away. But I think that'd be a bit easier for you guys.
Yeah.
Just get some videos out there. And
I think get some merchandise as well.
I think at the minute, like the best thing to do for us personally would be to like just build up a bigger name still.
Yeah.
Before we try and capitalise on it, like some extra cash would be great. We can buy props, costumes, we can get to gigs, but just try and build up a name. Just try and get some gigs outside of the area.
Claim on them all, and you'll be fine. Just don't tell them.
Hopefully, design and get some merch out. So maybe some t-shirts or
keep an eye out for them.
Nice little plug there.
Someone has to design them first.
Dimples.
Probably me.
Yeah.
So where can people find you at the moment then?
At the minute, you can find us on Facebook. We now have. You can change your name. So we are now facebook.com/Damp Night Productions. No,
Damp Night
Damp Night Comedy.
Or if you search Damp Night Productions,
we'll be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are Facebook.
Same Damp Night Comedy on YouTube, and
Damp
Twitter
Nights.
at Damp Night on Twitter.
Yeah.
So I think we've only got the 3 collective social medias at the minute.
Where did Damp Night come from?
It's a play on the Dark Knight for Batman, and Knights of the Damp Table as well. Was another one.
Another idea, but
I have no idea what that is. What's that?
that was just an idea.
It was Knights
Alright.
Instead of Knights of the Round Table.
Alright.
I thought Knights of the
I can't
Damp
remember.
Table.
I think it was
which is why we're
me
Knights.
and the guy who designs our artwork, Dan Cox.
Thank you, Dan, for our posters.
Thank you. That's so good.
It's great. It's vector art, so this takes our photo, flattens it down as an amazing vector image, and then adds whatever we need.
Put your mermaid bodies and stuff.
Yeah.
That was me.
Your posters are
The posters, that was.
I do like the posters.
No, I think it was me and Dan. We came up with the name before we even had an idea of what to do.
Yeah.
And I can't remember how it came about, but we liked the idea, and then we did nothing with it for a couple of years. And then when we needed a name, I was like,
We stole it.
"Yeah, it's half mine. It's half mine. I'm taking it."
Yeah.
It is a cool name. Do you like the name? Yeah.
And it's original as well. You can search Damp Night on YouTube. It's the only result that comes up.
Well, that's what you want. Because you
That's
take
me.
365 into iTunes and there's like a million of them.
Yeah.
Well, not exactly original.
Yeah.
Damp Night with a K.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Clarify that.
I think the other thing with the Damn Night is you kind of your shows. How do you come up with the names of your shows? It's obviously for me it sounds like movie titles and that.
It's basically, if you can imagine a Facebook group chat about a mile long with stupid suggestions.
I mean, the first one was rushed. The first one was like, "We need a name. We need."
Mark, give us a name. Present right now. Done.
And so then the last 2 have been animal pun names on films.
Yeah. We thought we'll do a Halloween theme. That's Nightmare on Elk Street. 'Cause it's great. And then it just kind of stuck.
Yeah.
With animals, so we've got a whole host of names that we want to use, film names, and some animal ones that aren't
just
doing films.
like trial by wombat.
We just like the idea of it.
So we kind of even for this one, because Dan kind of wanted to know what kind of theme we were going for on the poster, so we could design it. So we said sci-fi, but then the poster ended up being sea themed. So we had a list of about 20 different sci-fi movie names that we'd just turn into animal puns. So we had Turtle Recall was one we added on, but we had Llamageddon.
Yeah.
The Fifth Elephant.
Yeah. The thing is, though, as well, a lot of them I looked at. Llamageddon is a book. Fifth Elephant is a Terry Pratchett book as well.
Is it?
I think Turtle Recall is a Terry Pratchett collection of books as well. But someone's taken all the puns.
I mentioned to somebody that I worked with last week when I was coming to the thing, and I said to him, I'm away to see these improv comedy guys, and I'm like, the show's called Turtle Recall, and he turned around and goes, bunch of Geordies. I was like,
See, I actually thought that. Is it like a sort of Sunderland accent, like Turtle? That's what I originally thought.
I honestly never even
seen that film with Schwarzenegger, man.
Turtle Recall.
It never clicked in my head.
I must say that people like, when I was trying to sell the show to people, they were like, "So is it like an improvised comedy version of Total Recall?" It's like it's got nothing to do with the film at all.
As well, a synopsis I gave them. I found a brief synopsis of Total Recall and just switched all the words around to be turtle and aquatic kind of theme. So our synopsis on the website was basically the synopsis of Total Recall. They go to a memory clinic, get false memories implanted and visions of turtles and...
Which is all explained very clearly in about 7 seconds of our trailer.
Yeah, our trailer, which also has nothing to do with our show. It was just we had an idea.
Yeah.
Let's make something like a dramatic film trailer that we can put up on the screen at the Maltings.
Is that the one where you were
At the lighthouse.
on the walls with
Yeah.
the laser guns and stuff? That was cool.
That was cool. It was the first one Sling did for us as well. We're like, can you do gun effects?
And he's like, yes, I can.
I'm like, yes.
Great.
And explosions. But yeah, the first shot he filmed for us was the final one of us on the stage. Because we were like, the idea was, it was the only day we were all actually in Berwick together. So right,
Before the show.
Yeah, so like, we'll run down the stage, get everyone on the stage and give us each a spotlight, and our names will appear above, or we'll be in the wrong order, or someone won't be there. But the final thing was, we'll all appear on the stage, strike a pose, the name's in the wrong place, we switch around. And then we filmed it from the audience, looked at the camera, and thought, it looked perfect, because it was spot on, and he went and did everything else for us, and it just... I love it.
I mean,
It turned out awesomely, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good.
compared to how the videos used to be, like the trailer for Elk Street, we had this huge idea where we filmed an alternative video
somewhere.
to Thriller by Michael Jackson. Like it was
Alright.
an 11-minute trailer where
So long.
where like we had three. There was six actors in the group, so we had 3 people being lost in a car. It breaks down like the actual Thriller movie, the Thriller music video,
Yeah.
and then 3 of us were villains that would chase.
Hit the screen.
So I was Cheese the clown. I was dressed as a clown, but all my makeup was cheese, which was like actual cheese, which was just awful.
Andy was
Andy
Meat
was
Santa. He'd also just broke his arm. No, his collarbone. He fell off his
Yeah.
bike and broke his collarbone, so he had a sling. So he had a Santa outfit on, but a massive black wig over his face.
and a
He
bloody
was covered in
apron.
blood, and he was Meat Santa, so all he had was just bits of meat.
And then, as a payoff for A Nightmare on Elk Street,
I was
Ross
ready.
was Brady Krueger.
Freddy Krueger. I wore only bread. That is all I had.
You were very nude.
It was very, I had a pita bread
Paper pants.
pants attached to my belt. I had 2 giant loaves over my feet.
And it was like a mask.
A mask.
Yeah.
A big loaf. I'd cut eye holes out and I'd tie that to my face. I had a pretzel medallion.
Yeah, I had baguettes on your
I had
fingers.
baguettes on one finger
Yeah.
and like a round roll on the other.
And
The footage of this is somewhere.
it's somewhere.
We don't know
we
where.
filmed this.
Is that not on YouTube?
No,
No.
we filmed this huge 11-minute
Carl
music
Yu
video.
from
Carl from
K&amp
K&amp.
of Oliver
Yeah.
was editing it, and unfortunately his computer broke and he lost it.
It's lost
But
all.
the original raw edit footage is somewhere.
Oh, you've got to get that done.
So
Put it
then-
on YouTube.
So the alternative was that I don't know if you've seen it, the Ouija board trailer, where we summon a spirit, but it was like compared to the quality of the
Yeah.
trailer for that one, the videos that we're going to upload soon. That the trailer we used for Nightmare on Elk Street was filmed in a day, not even a day, a couple of hours.
Oh no, I did watch the Ouija. Is that the one when you're like downstairs and
Yeah.
doing them all? I
Yeah.
did watch that one.
That was like, got any ideas? Let's do Ouija board.
We
Oh,
need a trailer for the show's in 2 weeks. We need a trailer now,
Alright.
like see what we can do. And we filmed a 9-minute trailer, which we know is way too long, in 2 hours.
Not really.
The problem with that was,
We were very
the
self-indulgent.
problem with that, we went, ooh, this would be funny. Let's go upside down on a chair and spin the camera around.
Just the craziest things.
We just don't know how to edit ourselves. So.
Basically, we just like make ourselves laugh so
Yeah.
much. Like this is
Yeah.
so funny, and then
Oh.
it's like 20 minutes long and no one watches it. Like, oh well.
We were dying in that one.
I used to be able like that. I'd done a film course in Ashton, and well, I failed it anyway. So, but they used to say to us, "Go away, make a 3-minute video, make a film about something." They used to say, "Give you an emotion, and, like it has to be about sadness or something." So I went away and I made like an 8-minute video, and anyway, I failed that course. But I know what you mean about editing yourself down. You think of something, you're like, "Oh yeah, that'll be awesome," and then
And
it just
15 minutes later, this is too
I think
long.
that's why Slink's such a good addition to the team, because
Yeah.
we're all like, idea, film, idea, film, and we edit it ourselves and we just go, we'll just stick it all in.
yeah.
Well,
But Slinks went like, that's not good, we'll reshoot that, we'll get a better angle on that, so,
Well, that's pretty cool to have somebody doing that for you. That's awesome.
and he's great at it as well.
He is.
Yeah.
Well, your last trailer for for Total Recall, it has to feel like a Geordie now, but
Yeah.
your last
That's
video,
all I can hear now.
I didn't even hear it until the guy sent it to us. But it looked proper professional. Like it was a great little video.
I love the fact that we got it on the big screen. So
Mm.
I showed it to the wife, and she's sitting there going, "You're going to watch that?" I was like, "I don't think it's anything to do with it." But she's not into that kind of thing anyway.
there's a step forward because we filmed the trailer, and because it's so professionally done,
Yeah.
that we got it as a trailer for all the movies at the Maltings for the past month. Which is a great step forward for us because it
Like,
means that we've been taking
I saw your trailer. I'm like, oh,
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
On the big
pretty
screen, yeah.
cool. That's awesome.
So hopefully every time we do one, we'll
Yeah.
get a little trailer.
It's a step forward in how professional we're becoming, considering the first trailer was done in 10 minutes.
What was
in
that
an
first
office.
trailer?
It was
the
penis.
penis.
The whiteboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing about that as well is
I saw that one.
Yeah. Mark's
Is it
idea
when
for
you're all in a
stage.
room and you're...
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one, yeah. That was funny. I like
I
that.
like that. It was good. But again, it was rushed. And
Yeah.
You're saying about trying to go to the fringe sort of thing, like, that's the kind of thing you could send around, you know?
Yeah.
Like, trailers like that. I know it doesn't exactly encapsulate everything you do,
No, but it's a hint
it's
of...
something you could send and people will be like, you know what, they're not messing about.
It's just the worry that people watch the trailer and go, what is this show actually about? We cannot book these guys, they are mental. Like,
Hey there, kids. Do you want to hear a show where a bunch of guys sit around in a comic book store and talk about comics and lifestyle choices, other goofy things and shenanigans they get up to? Then
When have we ever talked about comics? Usually it's people sitting on my lap and riding the struggle bus.
That's true. It's mostly shenanigans. But occasionally we talk about comics. And if you like any of those things, comics, shenanigans, Devin's lap, then you need to check out Snake Oil Comics with me, Travis, and my beautiful co-host, Big Dev.
Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, and snakeoilcomics.com.
I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Blake from the History of Bad Ideas. And we'll get back to your regularly scheduled program here in just a second, geek listeners. But we do a weekly podcast called The History of Bad Ideas.
Yeah, where we'll discuss things like television or movies or music or games or any other thing that falls into our geek-related podcast knowledge.
You can find us on Geek Life Radio, Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central, or Radio-Blitz, Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, or you can listen to us whenever the hell you want on iTunes and Stitcher. Check us out. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
I think it's one thing we've got as well as our set. Because like a lot of stuff I've seen is people cramped on a tiny stage, or they've got just like 3 chairs sitting there, whereas we get the nice fancy chairs from the Maltings. We build a little set around us. We've got coffin doll, we've got scuba gear, a screen behind us, so it gives us an extra edge to it. But as well, with going to the Fringe, with it being improv, people are like, oh, what do you do? Like, all right, well, give us a suggestion, we'll do something for you right now. So at any point we could say, right, here's our improv. But I think with the Fringe, they don't really, not that they don't care, they want everyone to be there. So if you say, I'd like to do a show, that's no problem, here's your dates.
I think you get in there bother up there. Well, I'm not going to say 100%, but I think of course you.
I think you would. I've been at the Fringe a few times, and some of the acts you get at the Fringe, I mean, Jesus Christ.
We've seen a few, because we usually go up every year.
Yeah.
Not as a group, just like individually, but not as the Damp Nights, which we should do.
it's just spending a time we're all free.
It is, yeah. But watching shows and you think, how the fuck are you getting money for doing this? It's awful. We could be doing that.
It's like they get funding, like thousands of pounds worth of funding from the Arts Council or wherever they get them from, and then they come up to Edinburgh and they sell tickets for £12-14 a ticket, and it sells out, and then we're selling them for a £5 just to try and get people through the door, just to try and build up a reputation. And it's just like, how is that working when you're doing so well?
It's much better quality than you're going to see when you go up there, to be honest, because I've been up, like Chris says, been up a few times. It's not great, some of it, like. Yeah,
well, we went. I think it was a cabaret show, like little snippets of different things. We watched these 2 guys who, reading their flyer, their sketch has been written by a professional comedy writer and stuff. And I'm watching.
It was that Paul Foot guy, sort of Noah Fielding's friend. He's like
a weird hair,
like mullet. He's like quite a big comic, but written by him. But it was like
there's 2 guys on stage going, "Hello, I'd like to play some music for you," and he's got a plastic bag. I'm like, this is awful.
I would probably laugh at that.
Yeah,
I probably would.
Yeah,
but depends on how many ciders you'd had.
But watching the thing, this is the kind of stuff we do in Park Bench. And laugh at each other. We could come up here and do stuff like that. So why can't we?
The last time I was up there, I was on the Royal Mile, and there was a guy on the street, and he was just, I don't know, arsing about with a balloon or some shit. Like, you want to go and get a job, son? You know. Just,
I watched the guy with the Diablo. He was doing jokes when he was with the Diablo, and I was just watching the dialogue more than anything else. His jokes went great.
But the fact those guys charge they're like, oh,
Yeah.
give us any money, 20 quid please. I'm like, what?
20 quid, any money.
I went to the Fringe last year and I saw a guy doing tricks with basketballs.
Yeah.
Like 3 basketballs. All he was doing was juggling. He was doing basketball tricks, and he was there for maybe a quarter of an hour. And he's demanding like 10, 20 quid from people who stopped to see him. It's like, no way am I paying that. I left halfway through. It wasn't that great. I went to Copenhagen in February, and he was there in the middle of Copenhagen. Same guy doing the same tricks. He's like what, 50, 60 krona. Like just like, well, maybe not 60 krona because it's only £6, but. It's just like
practice your basketball.
Demand like 100 krona, like just juggling some basketballs. Like it's not.
Get yourselves on the streets of Edinburgh. Basketball skills.
Yeah.
You know,
You've done it. You've done
I've
singing
done
on the street.
basketball.
No. You've done
I thought
singing on the
basketball.
streets of Edinburgh, haven't you?
Oh
You got a
yeah.
license,
You were
weren't
known as LeBron James, weren't you?
Anything you can talk about, or
Well, yeah, it was me and my girlfriend Katie did it last year, just like busking on the street. But it was just for one day, and I think like £3 something. But it was still a fun experience. But me and Kyle from K&amp are going to do it this year. We're going to go busking and do stuff down there. So that's going to be fun.
so is that just like comedy as well, or
It's just like playing guitars. Like,
Alright.
do, like, sort
You
of.
can plug, you can tell.
Well, yeah, okay.
You're allowed to tell
Okay,
people.
yeah.
It's 7 seconds.
Yeah, okay, here it is.
Six.
Me and Kyle doing our
5.
YouTube channel called Pro Wrestling Acoustic, where we do like wrestling covers, like acoustic wrestling covers. So we're going to do that, like our wrestling songs there at the Fringe.
you just sold me on that?
I've got a big
I'm
following,
actually
though. You
sold.
get-
Yeah, I got a big following.
You get retweeted by all the wrestlers.
Yeah, you should check us out.
Why have you not told me about this yet?
I don't know, sorry.
The secret.
You know what
Pro
I mean?
Wrestling
Should we
Goes
just go
Acoustic.
get a drink? or
Some
something?
people just hide their talent, you know.
Yeah, we've got Mick Foley, like asked us to do songs. Sort of, he asked us to do a one for the WrestleMania Dream Vacation. Like, he asked us to write a song for him. Like, okay, fine.
Yeah, so you write a song
Yeah.
for him. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
And
Chris,
Bloody hell!
just
yeah, we've got
That's it, my
4,000 subscribers just now, and
Ah.
it's going up all the time. So it's really exciting.
So where can people find that?
Just on YouTube, Pro Wrestling Goes Acoustic, or youtube.com/Pro Wrestling Goes Acoustic, or
Pro Wrestling goes.
yeah,
Pro Wrestling goes.
Pro Wrestling Goes Acoustic.
try to speak properly.
Or
please.
also Kyle and Oliver, because it might be into that as well. K&amp, but yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That is very cool.
Shows the extremes that we're working with. You've got over 4,000 subscribers on YouTube and
293
likes on Facebook. subscribers on YouTube. I'm lucky if we hit 40. So
I'm telling you, I said on the night when I was speaking to you in the bar, Twitter and Facebook and YouTube's just a beast. It's You
Twitter's
just-
insane. Like,
such
if,
a
if
grind.
everyone's watching, as soon as you post it, it's gone.
aye.
We beat ourselves up about that for ages. It's one of those organic things that just
Yeah.
you know it will happen. It will start to increase. It's just it took us ages to to start to increase. But
I was going on every day and I was tweeting things out about 40 times a day, and I thought, you know what, I am getting nowhere. This is bullshit. And I think now I'm like once or twice a day, and we're doing all right with it, but it's just a horrible beast.
Trying to maintain a presence. It's just
You've got to hit that market. I mean, we kind of locked into a nice little community that's it's called Pod and Family. It's like hashtag Pod and Family, and they all help everyone. So we've kind of fell into that, and that's cool. That helps a lot, but just didn't beat ourselves up on the Twitter and Facebook. Like.
the number of times I got a text from him saying, "Oh, we need to pay for the promotion, you know, on
Yeah.
Facebook. You can promote your page for like
Ah.
£4, and it's the same as that Google AdWords, and it's a bloody rip-off.
yeah.
So that's a massive rip.
We've thought about it plenty of times, and then just went, yeah, fuck it.
yeah.
People are watching anyways. So.
At the end of the day, like you say, you're selling out. You've got people coming in. You know,
Yeah.
everybody's there, and like the social media will happen. It's just, I mean, you know that. Sitting here 4,000 subscribers.
Just some friends with the wrestlers.
Yeah.
It's like we're doing all right. Like we're getting plenty of views on YouTube, but it's people not hitting like or subscribe
yeah.
or sharing it on Facebook. It's like if everyone who watched a video shared it on Facebook or just liked it or liked the page,
Yeah.
we'd be in a much better situation social media wise. But
And that's a fact.
but people see the video. Let's say if we post it, people watch the video and they'll not like it, they'll not comment, they'll not share it. It just means that we get a view, but we're not expanding.
That's one thing we're like after doing the improv shows. We want people, if they didn't enjoy it, to tell us. So we'd say, oh, well, we won't do that again. Or all feedback is good.
Have you had anybody tell you they didn't like something? Or?
Actually, we haven't. So it's
That's
in
why
I like the way you said that.
case they
Before
didn't.
they have the chance.
Yeah. What's their reaction if it goes a bit sour?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people prefer to go, oh, I loved your show. I think if you didn't, tell us. It's fine.
Well, tell Ross. I don't want to hear that.
Don't tell
Yeah.
us.
I get angry.
You've
I'll
seen
get
his
angry.
shite on Facebook.
I get angry a lot. I rant a lot. So you don't want to tell me
I
bad news.
can relate to that. I think out of us two, I'm taking the one that takes things a little bit more personal. Like, if I see somebody saying something, I'm like, nah. Yeah, I go full rant mode. And that's when I disable my Twitter. Because there's nothing you can do
Well,
about it.
I've got no filter. Like, it's not. I don't do personal attacks, but a general sweeping.
Oh, I do personal.
Well, you seem to take the whole criticism of Batman versus Superman as a personal
Yeah.
attack on you.
That was like a one-man war. That was. I won't lie. 'Cause,
What, that terrible shitty film?
So that's been episode.
No, I really enjoyed that film, actually.
I haven't seen it yet.
I enjoyed it.
We enjoyed it. We absolutely loved it. But as you know, all the reviews,
Yeah.
all the podcasts. I mean, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and every podcast I listen to is Batman vs Superman, garbage. I mean, even a podcast that we're really pally with, they absolutely tore it apart to the point where I don't listen to them anymore. But it was like our episode after that was like, right, we're going to defend this and we're going to go for it, and we kind of did, and it felt really good. And then it was like people just sort of like, oh, you just like it because you're different and all this. And it's like, no, I liked it because I fucking liked it.
But the problem is I found with that is everyone became a critic. And then everyone was suddenly an expert, like, oh, the editing was all wrong. Like, what the fuck do you know about editing?
It was our pal Bruni, David. He came out of it, and he must he put a thing on Facebook because I got into a war with him basically.
Yeah.
And he's all like, oh, worst superhero movie yet. Bruni hardly watches a movie. I can't remember the last time he went to the cinema. And all of a sudden he was like the world's biggest critic, and I was just kind of like, oh, fuck off.
No, what had happened was he'd read something and just done copy and paste. That's pretty much what
Aye.
That's the problem with film reviews. I hate film reviews. Like, I'm not going to see it because of the review. I'm like, well, have you seen it? How can you trust someone else's opinion? Do you like using nails? No. If someone said they did, would you do it?
And that was when we took Rotten Tomatoes off our bookmarks.
Yeah.
Because Rotten Tomatoes can suck it. But anyway, that's Batman vs Superman. But you've enjoyed it.
I've not seen it.
I thought that Batman was one of the best ones. I thought
Yeah,
he was
brilliant.
really good. The best thing about it, I thought Batman definitely.
100%.
I'm glad that he's getting his own film.
I couldn't wait to see Affleck. I mean, I'm one of the few people that actually quite like Daredevil. Like, I think it's a good movie.
I thought it was alright.
film,
I enjoyed
film.
I enjoyed Bullseye.
TV show's terrible.
I liked
it.
it.
No, it's
I
not.
liked it. I liked it. It was good.
But going into it, I couldn't wait to see Ben Affleck, and he was better than I ever thought he was going to be. Absolutely.
It's the first picture when I looked at the Dark Knight Returns kind of style of Batman.
Even just that first scene when the copper goes up the stairs and the camera's sort of like panning a little bit and you see him in the background, straight away, instantly I was like, oh man. I was like, I am in.
Yeah.
I didn't even speak or anything, he just kind of hung in the back. I watched it with Lindsay and I'm like, shit, I said. I left that belt.
Let's just keep referring back to it, so he has to keep it in.
Not that bit.
It's okay, she really doesn't listen at all. she spent that long listening to us talking. Like when we used to do it over Skype. So she'll spend that long listening to one side of the conversation and never hearing the other side. So she's like, I'll never listen to that shit. And credit to her, she doesn't.
If I would.
But back onto you guys.
So what's next for that night then?
More shows.
Yeah, we've got a couple of different ideas of what we want to do and where we want to do it. So just see what we can grab really. Probably another Improv night in Berwick before the end of the year.
Yeah.
And see if we can get a night in Newcastle, Hexamanic, maybe Stockton, Edinburgh if we're lucky. But
yeah, just
improv
out
as much as we can.
And like planning towards the Fringe next
year.
year.
Definitely. I think
Just
Fringe is
making that
definitely
actually happen.
end point next year.
So is that sort of the goal just now?
I would say,
yeah.
Obviously there's things past that, but is that like right now that's the main focus?
Yeah,
is getting to the
definitely.
I think so, yeah.
I don't think you'll have a problem.
It'll be great fun. It will be great fun.
I'm kind of hoping that we can get like a little tour maybe. If people from around the country can see us. Like we've got some friends in York, See if we can get like a night in York, a night
I'll
in
get like student unions as
Bristol,
well.
maybe.
So I want to St John's
down there.
See, that would be a good idea. Like you're hitting your student unions, they
Yeah.
love all that kind of thing. It's-
Especially like after the fringe,
Yeah.
if that gives us even more of a boost up.
And I mean, the ticket prices don't have to be extortionate. Like, as long as we can cover our travel and our accommodation for the night, or if we have to stay away.
And even then, if we do whatever show end of the year, get a little tour, cover the fringe for money.
To see what happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well,
So we've got lots of ideas for little videos as well, actually, that we want to do, but you'd need a bigger budget for.
Yeah.
So planning to get them done. Some don't need a big budget, but it's just stuff we've not got done yet. So if we can film them now, that's them ready for future shows or just to
put them up.
stick up on YouTube. Yeah.
But that must bring in a fair bit of interest when you put the videos out there.
Yeah, I think the problem with videos like on YouTube is trying to hit something that's a subject at the time.
Yeah.
Like the problem with fucking hashtags is stick
Aye.
hashtag Game of Thrones, everyone's going to see it, but it's going to get lost in the sea of Game of
I
Thrones.
was saying that to you on the night. It's I tend to look at what's trending as well when I'm about to do it. I think that's what I used to do. Like I used to really beat myself up on it. Now I just hashtag whatever. But it's kind of like I hate Twitter for something. I really do. Like the podcast and all the iTunes stuff. It's all social media. Trying to get us. I'm not social like.
And the thing is, though, everyone's a celebrity now. Everyone's got their own phone. Everyone's got a video on there.
Yeah.
I was scrolling through Facebook and someone shared a video. That's a fucking kid with a plunge on him. Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah.
Everyone fucking loves him. Like what? Because he's in his pants with a fucking plunge on his stomach.
To
Prancing around.
be fair, I'd watch that.
But then he was like, haters gonna hate. I'm like, no, I actually do hate you. You've got a plunger on you, and people like you more than me.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. We tried to crack the YouTube for a little bit, like
we did, yeah, and
I think that just kind of fizzled out. Maybe like a couple of the plans we've got going forward, we might bring that back. But the YouTube for us, we're audio.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was basically going through the file, the file of the episodes and putting like pictures of, if we're speaking about Superman, putting a picture of Superman on the screen and all that, and it was a right faff. So
it takes me like, say we've got like a 2.5 hour episode that usually go to about 2.5. That takes me a good 6 hours to edit, 7 hours to edit. And by that point, I'm sick of my voice and his, to be honest. And then it was like, after that, I was then putting a YouTube video out, so I was listening to it all over again. Of course, it was edited this time, but I'm throwing pictures in and I'm going back and forth, and I was just like, I hate doing this. I was just like, I can't be bothered. And there's other people who do it with the podcast, but they have like cameras while they're doing it, like Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks.
Yeah,
they
I don't really fancy doing that, to be honest.
They do cameras, but they're like a husband and wife across the table, which works that way. I mean, nobody wants to look at us too, so we just don't do it.
And you've got YouTube channels like Screen Junkies and that they do full length podcasts, and it's just them sat like this with a bunch of toys and stuff in the background. I mean, it's all right.
I think that's unfair though, because they're kind of encroaching on our territory, really.
Yeah.
Because you're YouTube, stay away.
We did originally with Mark talk for a bit and possibly starting podcasting first. Had a chat with you guys.
I think me and Mark did one.
But it's just doesn't work with something.
So you've done one?
We put it on YouTube and we took it
It's not
out.
under.
Come on.
It's still up there, but it's not under us. It's under a different.
It was
YouTube.
absolutely awful. It was before we did any live shows, before we did any videos.
Yeah.
We tried a podcast, me and Mark, and it was awful. It was so bad.
What do you mean by awful?
Well, we didn't have any plan. We didn't know what to talk about. We just kind of sat down and just started being idiots with each other, and then it was just
perfect.
Listening back to it because everything was in jokes.
Right.
So but we didn't think about the time. We just kind of like said something, and then we'd go off on a tangent where we'd become an in joke, and then we'd lose 40 minutes to just in jokes. And it was like, and then by the time we go back onto the subject, it's either we've either moved on to something that's irrelevant.
That's everything our show is, really.
That's pretty much it.
We say, right, we're going to do news, we're going to do a top 5, we're going to review a bad film or something like that, and that should really only be an hour, and then we end up with about 3 hours, and it's kind of like, oh crap. But again, like you're saying with your videos, when I come to edit and I'm like, I can't take it out, it's too good.
Yeah.
And then there's other stuff where it's like, I cannot leave that in. It's crazy, like, but
I think it's the Facebook Live thing could be good for us. Because we did a live rehearsal.
I saw that.
On the Wednesday. I think would be good because you can interact, get suggestions from people through the live, but you can't gauge a reaction. So
Not
you're
really,
doing it and
no.
think, is this funny?
Somebody puts a smiley face and you're like,
Yeah.
well, that doesn't help.
Yeah, I think the Facebook Live could be a good thing for us.
Yeah.
Well, Stephen Amell, is fucking on Facebook Live, he's getting about 15 million
Yeah.
for a 10-second video. But that's because it's Stephen Amell. So.
Stephen Amell.
So the Facebook Live seems to be taking off. Like
Yeah.
it's not something I've really kind of. I think I've done one when I was on holiday.
It's pretty decent as well because like if we come up with an idea that you said before, like I'm trying to make things relevant, like up to date and stuff. If we come up with an idea, like and we can just film a Facebook Live and then we do it live and it stays up there, we can do a video then and there and it's relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in the past, say if something happens and we come up with an idea, we've got to try and find a date where we're all free, which could be 2 weeks away, and then we've got to film it, and then we might not finish all filming it. So the next week we've got to get back together and film it again, and then Stig's going to go and edit it. So by the time we've come up with the idea when it's relevant, it's 4 weeks out of date by the time it's on YouTube. So
I think that's some of the trouble we have really in it when we do our news.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we generally record every couple of weeks, don't we? But it doesn't take that long to edit it now, does it?
Not really. No.
It's normally just a couple of days.
I'm getting to the point where I can get out the next day if I'm just not precious.
But it is
he's always like, I'll sit there and I'll go, oh, that's 3 hours. Oh no. And he's like, just put it out. And I'm like, no, because I can remember certain times thinking.
Because you made that Holocaust joke that time, wasn't it? Yeah.
That was just one time. But there's been a few times where I'll sit there and we've been on a conversation. I'm sat there going, no. So like, that's part of why I do make sure I edit, because I have to go through and make sure. But then when you listen back to it, you're like, oh, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
I'm a bit sober now. Because of course we do it drunk.
Always good fun.
we should totally have done this drunk.
Yeah. I really want to do...
Next time.
Next time. It does help.
It does.
I really want to do a live drunk one.
I don't.
Get all the dampnets together. Drunk in the
You could
section.
try...
Do you not think that would be fatal?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I think Mark would just destroy you. It's like, because he always kept tackling you that time.
Oh.
He just kept
What's that?
spearing.
Oh,
Mark
the
kept
live
spearing
one.
to the floor for no reason.
I'm saying, like, after the show, like, spearing to the floor, like, there was a couple of games where Neil just kept picking up.
Yeah.
For the last week, they've won away now, but for the last week I've had a band of bruises.
Every time Neil just picked you up, like,
Just picked me up by across the hips, and then just dropped me, and then picked me up by the hips and dropped me.
You could try that drunk history type thing.
yeah.
That's quite a good show.
Shit-faced Shakespeare. Oh, that looks amazing. It's basically Shakespeare, and I think the audience chooses one of the actors who has to just get drunk throughout the show, but carry on. And that looks very funny. That looks like a fun show.
Yeah, it looks like I'd like to do that. But again,
I would go and watch that.
So, obviously you're planning more. When do you think the next one will be up? Well,
the next show or the next?
The next show.
November time, I would guess.
Probably
October,
towards the end of
November.
the year.
Yeah.
Not just before December.
Before, yeah. So probably November time, I would guess.
Yeah, because we did Halloween last time, and I think because it was actually on Halloween, so people were less inclined to come along because they wanted to go out.
Just like
It's nothing to do. Just go.
On Halloween, apparently, there's something to do.
Yeah. Just like change up as well, instead of being like another Halloween one, it'd be good to do it on a different day.
Could do one on Valentine's Day next year. That'd be a good one.
We'll probably do the Here Come the Girls on Valentine's Day. Actually.
Right.
That's why we do
one for the ladies.
I think it's going to be in the summer, maybe.
Is it?
So like a summer special.
Well, then
thing.
we'll have to do Valentine's Day, don't we?
Yeah.
Quick, think of the love Animal Planet. I can't think of any love films. Need a love film.
Yeah.
A rom-com.
There's plenty out there.
Love Crab Chili.
Dove, actually.
Then Love Crab Chili.
Love Crocodile Chili.
And what else have you got on? Like, obviously you do the Here Come the Girls. You did the producers and all. All three in that.
Yeah.
You got anything else like that coming?
Possibly another show with the company that did producers. We don't know yet.
And what was that like? Because that's like a big smash hit by itself. So
Yeah.
So much fun.
It was amazing. It's a show I've wanted to do so long, and like it's comedy as well, but it's completely scripted comedy, so it's so different to the improv. You got to ignore the audience, get on with it. But yeah, I loved it.
Yeah,
Singing, dancing, complete insanity.
I love character work like that.
Yeah.
I heard a lot. I didn't get a chance to go and see it, like, but I heard a lot of people around town saying how good it was. So you seem to have got a little bit more buzz that way as well.
Yeah.
And of course that will help with the improv as well.
Yeah.
Because people recognise you.
Yeah.
Managed to get our face on the back of the programme as well.
And fear chemicals.
Mm-hmm.
But doesn't seem to
No.
attract any more attention.
No.
Who are those people? I don't care.
It will. You just have to keep plugging away at it.
No, the producer was great, so it'll be another comedy show possibly.
I've got 72 Hours in Moscow
Yeah.
in August,
Bob's play.
which is R.J. Wilkinson, Tyler and Runner's Theatre Company. So they did. It's like written. This is the premiere. So it's been written in Berwick. It's the same company did Words in the Wires, Love of Money, Human Interest Stories, Sam and Isla, and Shortest Story Ever Told, which has just been done in London. So it's a new musical based in the early 90s in Moscow. Obviously, it's called 72 Hours in Moscow.
Burton's Bob.
Burton's Bob.
Yeah.
Alright, Burton's Bob.
There you go.
So he's written it, and that's I'm in that with Mark. Mark's in it as well.
So do you have? I know you are plugging away at the improv and the damn night, but do you have like aspirations of maybe going down that route as well?
I would like to.
If it happens, it happens. Like, I'd like to pursue it, but I think at the minute, unless you've got an acting degree,
Yeah. But even then, it's with acting, it's right place, right time.
Yeah.
Because I've got a degree, but it doesn't mean a thing.
Get some extra work on the TV. There's
Yeah.
loads of people on there doing it.
Yeah.
He does the painting.
Yeah.
He's on everything. Everything. We were talking about maybe trying to get him on, sort of doing like an Andy Millman type thing with him.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that. Yeah.
Have him talking about his extra work and just.
Yeah, I'd love to get into film work. I think it'd be brilliant.
Aye. I was in a film once. But I'm not
I
talking
was,
about-
but they cut me out.
They cut you out?
It did. It was One More Kiss. Film
With Gerard Butler? Oh.
I was in that. I was in the hospital soon in the end.
They cut. Oh right.
Cut me out.
Is that the one that Gary was in as well?
I think so, yeah.
And they cut him
Gary
out
as well.
They cut Gary out as well.
Did they?
Jimmy Manning was in it.
I know he's only in the deleted scenes.
No.
You can
So
actually-
everyone from Berwick
On the
should be
DVD?
cut.
Yeah, on DVD,
Oh.
Jimmy's little trick or treater.
I think that's
It was
better.
filmed in Bob Waldo's house.
Oh.
He's
Oh,
on
yeah.
once in Helen's service.
Wow.
I actually think that's better being in a deleted scene than actually being in the movie.
Like an Easter egg.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was just deleted.
Oh.
Deleted scene. Not good enough for a deleted scene. Like, no, he's terrible. Get him off
And
there.
actually, if you can watch the deleted scene, it's just a black box where you were. So the scene carries on.
Do you sometimes think that's maybe what it was? They saw you and was like, oh, face.
I think it was too good.
Showing
It was
Big
too
Jerry
good
up.
for this film.
Or you were showing up Gerard.
Yeah.
That's what happened with me, like, because my shot was a little bit out of focus, and I did like a huge gulp, and I think that just totally like, no, get him, just put out of focus, please. I was a bit gutted, like, because that was some acting, and I got paid like £10 more for going. Ooh.
Wow.
Very good.
I wasn't supposed to.
Someone paid you.
Here's £10. Never do that again.
Someone paid you extra to do a big swallow.
I did. I did a big swallow, and they
Well, whatever it takes to get ahead, eh?
well worded. I nearly got thrown off set because I was trying to dare this plumber from Dunn's. Kristen Scott Thomas was in it, and the tray came out of the sausage rolls and that when you were actually on set, and she had a tray at the top, and it was like this horrible sort of greeny vol au vent pish, and it had like Kristen Scott Thomas, do not touch. So I was trying to like dare one of the plumbers to go and eat it, and he wouldn't eat it. Like
That sounds interesting. I might go find the recipe for green vol au vent shit.
We mentioned before we started, you know, we were going to obviously talk about your guys' work with Damp Night and the Maltons and what have you. But obviously, Britain's got a huge catalogue of talent when it comes to comedy. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to speak to you guys and what kind of sitcoms, what kind of sketch shows and what have you influenced you when you know, not necessarily for the Damp Night, but what are the shows that influenced you?
I think we've all got pretty similar tastes. I mean, I grew up with Blackadder, Red Dwarf, all that kind of stuff. Hello, Reads and More. Monty Python, Reads and More, all that kind of stuff for me. Honestly, the same.
Well, yeah, just like obviously Whose Line Is It Anyway for like the improv side of it, because I think they're great.
I mentioned the web look. I found that hilarious.
I could never get into that. I don't really like them. It's the... Is it Webb, the one with the dark
David
hair?
Mitchell.
He's I can't stick him.
I preferred Peep Show to that.
Yeah.
I like the tall one. I just don't like the other one.
Also like Mighty Boosh. I think
Yes, Bush was. I love like character stuff, like especially like Vic and Bob.
Vic and Bob also.
Mental, crazy characters. I just remember imitating them all the way through school.
Weird one, but Drake and Josh.
Oh, I love
Like,
Drake and Josh.
Drake and Josh.
Drake and Josh. I don't. It's like I don't think without them, I don't think I would have like come out my shell. Cause I just kind of started copying Josh from Drake and Josh. And that kind of like got me out of my shell at like the start of high school, and then just kind of fell in with these guys.
But he's like a legit actor now.
Yeah.
Is it
Josh Peck.
Josh Peck? He's proper legit now. I watched The Timber the other day. It was like a it was a western, and it was him that was in it. I was like, oh, fuck me. I didn't recognise him to start off because he's quite thin now as well. But I used to love Drake and Josh.
I've never heard of that one.
Never
Oh,
seen
it's
it.
great.
It's like a Disney thing.
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
You would never
It's
watch on that channel. If it's not Sister, you know.
No, it's not such I'm not bothered.
I repeat things for emphasis. Emphasis.
I was watching
Drake and Josh.
there was a marathon on Gold last night, and it was Big Train. Remember watching Big Train?
Big Train.
I used to love that. I think I showed you the scene when it was the wanking at work.
Oh yeah,
They weren't allowed to wank at work anymore. He's going, "You're cutting productivity by half." It was Simon Pegg's great also.
yeah. One of our episodes a while back, we had our favourite British comedy moments.
We did, didn't we?
That was one of Kev's ones.
Purely because I wanted like wanking at work on the podcast. You know, you play to your audience.
Fair enough. I can't remember what mine was.
I don't think I could pick one.
No.
There's just so many.
Fast show as well. Fast show. I love the Fast show.
Yeah, there's just so
So
much
many.
comedy that I just
There is there's a lot of amazing talent. You know, French and Saunders, for example.
Yeah.
You know, that was one of my. Not fan of French and Saunders, kid. No, well, you're wrong.
It's fine. I'm wrong about many things.
I've been rewatching Lolo actually,
Yeah.
and I still find it funny as hell.
Yeah. It's still relevant.
There's so much new stuff as well, like Parks and Rec and Community.
Like we thought of possibly, 'cause we know you do your top 5. I was trying to think of our top 5 comedy moments, and I just couldn't narrow it down to one.
I think
moment from a show. They're all great, but definitely Chris Pratt and anything.
Chris Pratt, I think.
Always Sunny Philadelphia.
Always Sunny. Always Sunny. How can I
Insane,
forget?
I love that.
So
I used to watch that. I stopped watching
I've only
it.
just
for some reason.
started it. So.
I don't know why I stopped.
It's so funny.
Is it still
There's-
on?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
season
like,
11's just come out. Yeah.
It's 11.
yeah, there's been like 3 more already got. Like,
Really?
yeah.
Well, they're going to film it before Danny DeVito dies.
I think the problem is Charlie Day.
He's not looking great.
If you're not like, if you can't stick him, you can't watch it. 'cause
Yeah,
his
I understand.
Voice is,
Yeah.
his voice is extremely nippy.
Is that him from
Pacific
Horrible
Rim.
Bosses?
Yeah.
That one.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know.
See, I went Pacific Rim there. That's terrible. But I think I watched a good 3 or 4 series of it though.
Uh-huh.
But it's his voice.
I think it's
funny.
great.
I find it hilarious.
He is funny, but it just I couldn't like it. I think I binged about 3 or 4 episodes one day, and I was like, nah, time out.
I think if I had to pick one TV show to be like favourite comedy series, it'd have to be Blackadder.
It's so good.
I never watched the Blackadder.
Like,
No.
my dad didn't grow up with it, but my dad liked it when it was on, and then
Yeah.
when I was growing up, he kind of showed me it, and it's great. And not season 1. Season 1 is the worst thing to ever happen to TV.
I don't know. I think it's season 1 is
And that's X
underappreciated.
Factor and Britain's Got Talent, and
Well, that's saying
actually that's saying something. I think,
But nothing is worse than those.
Nothing wrong with Britain's Got Talent.
Everything's wrong with it.
When you've got Brian Blessed on there, just shouting like hell all over the place.
Blackadder.
That is literally one of those programs that I feel so un-British because I haven't like taken it. It's sort of like I've seen episodes here and there, but if you speak to anybody like yourselves that like comedy or do comedy, it's always Blackadder, and I'm always like, oh, I haven't really seen it.
I've heard this.
It's like the.
Go on.
It's just so well written. It's
Mm.
leading to one massive punchline. The timing's perfect. The way everything's worded, I just love it.
Yeah.
I just, when
Even Ron Atkinson's
the night of the drinking party.
Great
Booze up, Blackadder. When his mum is it
It's his auntie and uncle, yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to get the inheritance out of
Yeah.
them.
But he goes up, and it's just the way his brain and his face
My
works.
Yeah.
friend there is a missionary who's just returned from Africa with the chieftain of a tribe called the Great Boo, who's been suffering from sleeping sickness, and as you've just heard, he's awoken because Great Boo's up.
Good one, Blackadder. Tim McInnery in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, give him that.
That's right.
I just remembered that. I'm like, I know that fat face.
I had to
It's
give
not
it.
meant to be fat face. That's
I
Tim
think it
McInnery.
was like, he doesn't look red and blotchy. That can't be Tim McInnery, but it was. Oh, darling.
Could you pick a comedy favourite, Oliver, at all?
What? And one thing.
Well, I don't know.
Just
one
a
series
TV
or...
show.
I couldn't. As I said, there's just so many like things that I like. I think I just like so many different types of comedy. Like it's hard to pick one.
I could watch Reeves and Moore any time, but I think
Yeah.
because I watched it more recently, Parks and Rec for me is just been perfect, and Chris Pratt and that is just astounding.
Because there's that sort of comedy, but I also love the awkward comedy, like David Brent in The Office and Alan Partridge. I think there's like them. Those characters are so funny.
Green Wing as well, Space.
Yeah, it's just too many.
Anything with Mark Heap.
Mark Heap's brilliant.
I've kind of got the rage over Alan Partridge.
Why?
Because I came up with an idea for a podcast. Is why don't we do like an episodic review of Alan Partridge? Because Alan Partridge is amazing.
Yeah.
You can just go anywhere with it. And right now, number 2 on iTunes, like worldwide, is an episodic review of an Alan Partridge.
Oh no!
And they only just started about 2 or 3 months ago. I was telling
Oh
you,
man!
I started getting the rage. I mean, I listened to it and it's good.
Yeah.
The 3 guys are brilliant on it. They are really good. They know they're Alan Partridge as well.
Mm.
But I was just sat there going, I fucking had that idea.
You could have been there.
You know, and there we are sitting like probably a millionth on iTunes, but you know.
We don't worry about that shit.
But that was like, I should have got in there. So now if I come up with an idea, I'm just doing it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
One of my favourite scenes, actually, that you were mentioning Blackadder there was in Blackadder Goes Forth. It was the final episode just before they're about to go over the top. And the guns stop. And they go, we've survived it. The Great War, 1914 to 1917.
That's not funny. That's heartbreaking.
Yeah, no, but it's just
It's great.
It's
It's a good
just as you say, it's so well written. You know,
It's that whole episode, the whole last episode with them, the cappuccino, and like when they're making coffee out of mud, and it's like he thinks it's cappuccino, but it's dandruff flakes.
yeah, and you hear Baldock in the background going,
And then like Darling, like when he reaches the front line, he goes, I simply wrote one thing in my diary on the way here. It simply said bugger. It's the whole episode is just so
and
well written.
Blackadder pretended he's crazy as
Crazy.
well, and he's going beep
Yeah.
beep.
Wibble.
I'm going to have to watch it.
You are going to have to watch it.
Where are you from?
I'll
London.
sit down and watch it one day.
Small town on the outskirts of the capital of Mars. Whibble. Like
It's his pronunciation and everything as well.
It's is it Ben Elton and Richard Curtis?
Mm-hmm.
They knew that Ron Atkinson had a stutter on the letter B, so that's why he says like Bob, because he's really having to focus his mouth to actually get the B's out. So that's why whenever he says like Wibble, it's so in your face. It makes it so much more funny.
Got to understand. What about you?
Me, I just used to I think Spaced for me because I'm a huge film fan, always have been, and that was the first show that I could ever sit down and watch, and I got every single reference,
The cult references, yeah.
every joke that was coming up. I was like, oh man, just. And I used to go to school, and I like a lot of my pals. They weren't really movie fans or anything like that. I used to, do you watch Space? No. I was like, oh, he done the thumb, and I was like, Terminator, and they're sitting there going, nah.
Tekken 3, Paul? Nina?
Every single, and it was series 2, the opener series 2, when he was telling the kid he couldn't have the Jar Jar toy.
Yeah.
Just, for me, it was always Spaced.
It was brilliant. Oh, so
Kind of going off Simon Pegg a little bit.
Yeah, no. I can't remember which series it was of Spaced, but was it Simon Pegg went to? Was it Nick Frost was in it with him?
Yeah.
Was it him? He went, "You Lando."
That was the second.
Was that the second series?
The FBI agents were already.
Oh, I love that! I love that scene.
But that's the thing, like, it was literally the first program I ever watched where they were dropping Star Wars references all over the place, and I'm just, as a Star Wars fan, I was just like, this is for me, totally for me. Big Train as well. I used to love Big Train, but It was the blinking eyes when they used to do the contests. I still love that. I showed Lindsay a clip of that a couple of months back, and she was just sat there like...
Did the state contest break?
Big
Did you ever see Jam as well?
Jam, no.
Jam was mental. It was Mark Heap and a few people, I think, from Big Train as well. But it was dark stuff.
I think I remember it being on, but I never watched it.
So weird.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, this was pretty
Yeah,
bad.
actually, I think it's
The
a
Gush.
I've seen a couple of episodes.
There was The Gush. This guy wouldn't stop coming.
Oh, wow.
That was
there
it.
you go.
It was, yeah.
But for me, it was spaced. What would you say?
Favourite comedy ever? Shit. I don't know. Blackadder's in there. I love me a bit of Frasier. Recent stuff, I'd have to say, again, for the the pop culture references, Community.
Oh, so Community was awesome.
Kev got me into that, and I couldn't stop watching it.
I've just started rewatching it.
I think I binged it.
It's great. Yeah.
I binged every series in about a week. I was just like, it's our bed. It's all our bed.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It is.
He never fucking stopped saying that.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Brooklyn
IT
Nine-Nine as
crowd.
well.
Fuck you. We went to Comic-Con and I picked you up in the morning and you got in the car and you went Chris and Kevin in the morning. So don't be throwing that shit at me.
We don't talk about that though.
Well, I just did.
Literally every text he sent was like, oh, I've got an idea. We could do this for a section, or we could do this for an episode. Cool.
Yeah, I don't even have to type that anymore. I just put
That's
C
all
and
I
it
get
comes out on the phone.
back. Literally the text I get back, cool. It's like,
I'm sorry, does that annoy you?
it does a little bit.
Excellent.
That seems to be your thing, so, whatever.
Anyway.
This is very much just our episode, it just goes quiet for a minute.
As you stare at each other.
Quietly judging. But Community was awesome. I used to love that. Albed's just the best character ever. I can't wait to see it. Was this one he's got? Powerless? Is this the one he's got? It's like the people who work in an office block. It's a series coming out. It's
Powers.
I'm sure Powers.
It's
based on DC comic, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then they're like,
Oh, is it an insurance company or something like that?
and they have to deal with the superhero people, and they don't have the powers.
Yeah.
Albed's in it, so I'm looking forward to it because it's him.
I'm sure that's on PlayStation.
No,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
Powers.
Is it alright? That different thing.
Yes, yeah.
I just kind of want to be Albed though.
Do you think you'll say cool?
If he does, I'll be alright with
We
it.
might keep the high five in.
That could be a superpower.
So yeah, one more time, tell everybody where they can find you guys.
Should we do this time?
You can find us on Facebook or on Twitter or on YouTube as well.
Where?
Damn Right Productions.
Damn right comedy.
Damn Right Comedy or Damn Right Productions.
All the nosy stuff.
Yeah, I do.
Actually, massive flashback to the start when you were saying how did we get started. It actually was the point where we were doing the Hick on the Girls, messing around, talking about a show, and because I work at the Maltings, I basically went, I've booked us a night, we have to do this now.
Yeah.
Because we talked about it so long,
Yeah.
I just went, right, I booked us a night, we're doing it. And that's how it started.
We did it. We did it.
That's the way to go though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got our superpowers the very next day.
We did. Mine is a fragile elbow.
Mine's extreme anger.
I know.
Mine is best comedy ever.
You win there. You
Yeah,
do
sorry, yeah.
We were kind of slightly that way. I just kind of came down to yours with I had a mate's. He had an earlier one of them. It was like an H2 mic, and I just brought it down. I says, "You want to watch some films?" He said, "Guy, you want to record something?" Okay, and we just recorded it, and I hate it.
I've not listened back to that one. Is that still on there?
It's still on there.
Episode 0.
I listened to it. I would say about a month ago. I was in the van and I couldn't think of anything else, so I put it on. I'd watched it, listened to everything else. So I put it on, and you can hear the TV in the background, and you can hear us. The sound quality is fucking terrible. Probably like the first episode you guys put out, and I just sat there like, what was that? And that was when we decided to do all the Skype, because I knew a few people done it on Skype, so I was like, right, let's do that. And then about 8 episodes in, I was like, I'm just going to start buying equipment now, because it started to do something. It was fun.
Shit.
But it pretty much started because I told you we were doing it. I literally just turned around and said, we're doing this now. Because we had the website to start off with, but I don't think either of us like doing that.
It was a pain in the arse, to be fair.
The website was, we were just reviewing movies and TV shows and that, but it was all written and it was crap. Because it was like, I'd watch a film, which took an hour and a half, and then I'd write a review, which took 6 hours,
Yeah.
and I hated that. I loved it to start off with it. It got us here, so... But I digress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Facebook's a place to check us out because that's where we'll link to everything else. We'll do updates for upcoming shows and videos and stuff on there.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to your videos dropping. Where can we get them? When are they coming? Are they,
Hopefully,
you say they're nearly there, or
I'll see what I've read the
says.
messages. The last message I had was the 2 sketches that we did. That was like the ones we pre-recorded for Total Recall.
yeah,
They've been uploaded, but they're not made live yet.
How to and
Cool.
maybe.
How's a Damp Night and the Bad Babysitter sketch, I'll make live when I go home.
How
So
to
the-
Damp Night is meant to be bad. Just
Yeah, it's purposely awkward and awful.
which we love doing.
So I'll make those live when I get home, and then I'll probably share one of them on Facebook tonight.
Because basically Slink recorded the entire show and has to cut between
So we've got
games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
different
So
games.
we're going to watch the show back to us and then pick which games we liked. And
all right, aye.
put the highlights up. But there should be another influx of maybe 6 or 7 new videos on our
Awesome.
channel the next week, and then we've got a couple of videos planned already, which I think the sketches planned already,
Which you need to do.
which we're going to record and then probably
X-Men's
put
just
up.
come out. Need to get that sorted.
X-Men. Oh.
We've got an X-Men sketch coming, so
Probably better than the movie.
I've storyboarded it, and I think it is. It's not what people think.
Well, I'm looking forward to them coming out, and as soon as they do, I mean, I don't know if we'll get you anything, but we'll share everything about it.
Yes.
Looking
Thanks.
forward to that. This will probably, we just released one on Friday, didn't we?
Yes.
So this will be Thursday or Friday. I put this one out.
the videos are definitely live by the time this goes out.
Awesome,
Cool.
awesome, and we'll make sure that everybody knows where they are, because you're going to tell us now again, because we just like to get everybody
on
to
YouTube,
pimp
Damn Night Comedy. On Facebook, Damn Night Productions, or if you're typing in the URL directly, Damn Night Comedy.
Look at that.
There's
See,
your
he knows what he's doing.
I know,
When
yeah.
you've got 4,000 subscribers.
It's all right, man. I have to read out the podcast networks that we're on, and I fuck it up every time. So it's okay. Don't worry.
Although, surprisingly, when you were sober, you didn't.
I know. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, got them all right.
Yeah, but then the rest of the episode was shit after it. So
It was car crash. Like.
it wasn't that bad. Shut up. So most importantly, remember to subscribe to your YouTube channel,
Please.
like your Facebook,
Yeah,
and
please.
follow you guys on Twitter. We've already done that.
Thank you.
And you've got regular gorers to your shows.
Gorers.
That's a word, shut up.
We're going to be goring to your shows.
Yes, we are. We love the show. It was
Cheers,
fantastic.
Andy.
And if we don't know how many local listeners we have, we're assuming we've got
We've got a few. I have got
a
a
good
few
couple of
from what I
thousand
can
by
tell.
now, surely. So everybody who's listening to this, if you're local to us in the Northumberland area, get your arses to the Maltons on the next show, because we can't recommend it enough.
And you may see an influx of Vietnam watchers on your videos, because we're massive in Vietnam.
That's all right. I like the odd people getting Twitter. That's so good.
They're always my favourites. They're the ones I follow straight away.
I'm like, yeah, come see our show.
But
I don't
yeah,
think they laugh. They laugh much. Just Chinese
soon
women.
as they
Just jiggle a bit.
go live, we'll pimp them. And
Thank you very much.
this
Thank you.
has been brilliant. And
It's been a pleasure. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's
we'll
been
get
awesome.
you back on again if
Yeah.
he's alright.
Oh,
for it.
Good
definitely.
job
Yeah.
next time.
Yeah.
Bring beer though.
Yeah.
You can't expect us to do that.
I've got chocolate.
We could do a live review of the room.
Yes.
Oh, I
That
like
would be
that.
great.
I like that.
That's,
yeah. We showed the guys the room. Oh my god! You know, the more people I show that to, I feel like a fairy gets the wings. That's just some movie.
Check out City Dragon as well.
City Dragon. I'm sure I haven't even heard of that. You know.
Oh, it's one of the worst films ever made, but also one of the best at the same time.
Well, we have a thing called the 365 Flicks title, and you've probably just given him an idea there. If you ever win it, of course.
No, I've got mine sorted for when I win it.
What we do is we have the title, and basically we do a challenge, and then whoever wins, the other one has to watch like a movie of the other one's choosing. And he reckons he's got a belter for us, but he's not going to win because I retain every time.
He's had the file since February.
It's quite a long time, like.
Yeah, it's a bit of a piss take now. Then.
And for the purpose of the podcast, I'm not going to throw it. I'm keeping it.
I don't want it like that. No.
But yeah, do you want to? I'll let you wrap up.
Yeah, sure.
You're
Yeah.
more professional than me.
Thank you very much. So that's been episode 42. This has been a blast. Thank you guys again for coming on the show, and we'll hopefully see you guys again soon. Once again, everybody check out these guys' Facebook page, the Twitter page, and the YouTubes. And that's it.
That is it. I was impressed by his but your trailers, I was not expecting them. Your videos, I wasn't
It's
expecting
like
them.
to break it up a little bit rather than just a straight show. Just an introduction for
Because we kind of sat down, it came on the screen, and me and him just kind of went, is it snow? I, for a second, because I'm an idiot, even though I can see the chairs there, I'm like, are they going to do it all from another room? Is that the shtick?
Just Paul sat his own piano.
I want to do a nice introduction. Like one of the ideas we've had is us. The video is us coming from somewhere else and then busting through the door in time of the video.
It is good though. I loved it. I wasn't expecting that one tiny little bit, so it was a nice little. It was cool.
That was cool. I didn't think that was going to be the show. That was just.
I was just an idiot. I just wanted to say that.
Thank you.